You are now listening to the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hello there, and welcome back.
What is this place?
Disconnected.
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 I'm starting to feel disconnected.
You have reached a number that has been disconnected.
Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to another Thursday on Reconnected. Tonight, one that I've been excited for a couple months now. I've been like counting down the moments until this one. A fast friend of mine that I made recently, Miss Courtney Cannon, is our guest. Courtney, welcome. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm so stoked to be here.
For those that have not seen it, put up an interview with Courtney earlier this week, and you should absolutely watch it after this, of course. Courtney is a wonderful physical media advocate, pardon the pun, and she is an incredible person, and I really hope people love her because I know that many people already fell in love after that first interview. So how you been? You had an exciting week and a birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I turned 30 last Friday and went to go see my best friend in New York. So we had an awesome weekend, got back on Monday and then just been working, and I'm so excited today. I woke up today and I was like so stoked to be on this because there's nothing I love more than like talking about movies. So I'm just happy to be here. And I'm just grateful for you for inviting me.
Oh, of course. Is this one of the friends that you invited, Kimberly Ashcraft? Do you know the name?
Yes. Kim is here. She's awesome. She's one of my fellow physical media lovers, a great friend on TikTok, makes content as well. So she's awesome. So shout out Kim.
On that note, anybody watching or listening later, if you are on TikTok at all, ever, check out the link in the description. Courtney does great there, sharing films, sharing lists and events that she goes to, all kinds of stuff like that. And you're doing great work on TikTok.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been so exciting. I started posting back in, I want to say April, and the community I feel like that I've become a part of and formed too has just been so awesome, so welcoming. Everyone loves the same thing, so it's just high vibes always. And I haven't been as active in the last month or so, but definitely will be getting back to doing that very soon because I was, for a while there, was posting every single day, doing live streams, so we're going to go back to doing that for sure. But it's been a blast. I met so many awesome people.
Well, it's about to be October, which means I know you're about to ramp up a lot.
Oh, yes. I literally last week curated my spooky season movie watch list. It has 100 movies on it, which realistically probably won't be able to get through all of those. But it took me forever because I was like, okay, but it's 100 movies, just maybe honestly a little over. But I am very much ready. Started decorating for Halloween and everything.
It's a big deal for a lot of us that love these type of movies. Another big deal, not to be down for a moment, but definitely got to mention the passing of Robert Redford this week. Huge name, legend, star of many movies and many GIFs that people use on Twitter.
Yes. Well, you know what's funny about that? For the longest time, that GIF of him with when he turns around the smirk with his, I forgot what for the longest time I thought that was Zach Galifianakis or forever, and then it wasn't until maybe a year ago that I was like, oh my god, that's Robert Redford. But
he doesn't look like he normally does in that one.
No, but a huge pioneer in film and the creator of Sundance, which I got to attend back in 2020.
Nice.
So I definitely will be missed.
Somebody's asking here our favorite Robert Redford movies. Have you seen many Robert Redford movies?
I have. I'm trying to think of my favorite. See, this is again my picking a favorite is always the worst with me because I'll give you several. Well, I'll let you go first. What are some of your favorite Robert Redfords?
I mean, this is kind of impossible to name when somebody has done so many incredible movies throughout the years. I mean, when you have a career starting as early as he did and has been in so many classics, it's really tough to just pull a couple out of a hat for him. It's not like I'm going to say Captain America, the Winter Soldier or anything like that. But I mean, Indecent Proposal is up there, even though it's not a big Redford movie.
Yeah.
wearing this shirt, I would be really sad to not say a big obvious baseball movie, which got some love because of the person I'm wearing the shirt for this week. But The Natural is a big one.
Yes.
John DeMarco, who is the guy that made this shirt, he is the broadcast director of the Mets. And last night or the night before, I think it was, he took a scene out of The Natural as inspiration and actually live directed it to look like the Natural scene in the Mets game. And that's amazing.
Oh, wow. I love that. I do love The Natural. It's been a second since I've watched that one. Definitely, I mean, All the President's Men is the very first one that I think of, but I would say, honestly, probably Ordinary People. It was huge for me because when I lost my brother, that was a movie that I really turned to, like, all the time. Even now, I think it's an incredible depiction of grief and losing a sibling. And so that movie will always hold a special place in my heart for sure. I'm seeing some really good movies too that people are commenting and up in here. The movies I'm like, oh, duh, yeah, that wasn't he. Lots
of love for Sneakers in the chat, which makes sense. Sneakers is classic.
Yes, I actually just got Sneakers. Was it Kino?
Yeah.
Yep, I just got that like several months back. So I'm excited to check that one out in 4K.
Well, speaking of that, we're going to talk about pickups in just a minute, but do you have anything that you have planned, that you got videos coming up that you want to hype people up for, or any events coming up?
Yeah, so I actually have a huge event coming up next month. So October 17th is Scarefest in Kentucky. And so I'm going to visit a few of my friends that I met through TikTok that are also TikTokers, and going to be staying with them. And we're going to be doing Scarefest. And so definitely we'll be having a lot of content from that, which, because I've been to a couple horror conventions, but not a lot. So that one will be my first like huge one. So I have that one coming up. They're here in Nashville. They do this series, like in the fall on Thursday nights, they show a Halloween-ish movie, like on a big screen, on a big projector, and everyone comes and like brings lawn chairs and stuff. So I'm gonna go see It 2017, and then I can't remember the other one, sometime next month. And then I'll be going to Full Moon Cineplex here in Nashville throughout all of October, because Fridays and Saturday nights they play Halloween related movies. So I'm gonna go see many of those. But yeah, and then as far as pickups, I haven't really pre-ordered much, which is like super off-brand for me to make any videos of like hauls. But obviously when I do buy them, I will definitely be making a video on that. So definitely some content coming up for sure.
Good. We've got a lot of stuff coming up as well. We just plan like the big, we're taking the kids to fall festival, pumpkin patch type thing. And man, it's one of those moments where I can see my wife immediately be like, it's here, it's time.
No, same. I'm literally going to an orchard on Saturday, like an apple orchard here. I'm so pumped, and pick out some pumpkins and stuff.
Tonight, after announcements, we're going to be talking about some of these spooky season type movies. We're going to be talking about 2000s horror remakes, which for a lot of people, very divisive on some, but for some of us, super nostalgic as well, because these are some of the ones that got us into some of these movies. Cannot wait to hear everybody's thoughts on those. But first, let's do all of our normal stuff. So pickups, what have you been getting in over the last couple months?
Yeah. Okay. So before this, I actually got a little pile going. I mean, I've gotten a lot more than this, but I decided for sake of time and everyone, I would just show the last five that I've gotten that I've really enjoyed, which number one for me is the Sinner Steelbook that I got over the summer. This thing is also an excellent movie. So I'm so excited about this. I love the like debossing on that. And then a movie that I literally resaw in theaters last week for the re-release was The Conjuring, just the first one. It's like you can't get more OG than this. I actually worked at the movie theater in 2013 when this came out. And I remember I used to scare people accidentally all the time because I have to go in and count how many people were in there. And I'd walk in at like the worst time and they'd be like, oh my God. So I have a very distinct memory with that movie. And we got this Casper Steelbook, which is perfect for spooky season. I will be watching this probably in the next week because this is on my spooky season watch list. And then this one, it came out a while ago. I don't know exactly when, but this Godzilla -1.
Oh, nice! You
it's
got the big one.
It's a Japanese import, I think, and it's the only thing I hate about it is like the specials or the extras are not in English, but you just got to deal with it, you know. But it's I'm obsessed with this thing, so wanted to show that. And then one of the most recent Lionsgate Limited releases is this high tension steelbook.
Nice
So
lenticular, yeah.
yes. So it was hard to narrow down because I have gotten so many, but I figured I'd go with those five.
Well, funny enough, you mentioned that last. I just got my first Lionsgate limited order in a long time, and I know that we mentioned that in our interview. So I would just share Daybreakers, which is one of the newest ones.
I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, loved this movie when it came out. It's been a long time, so I'm eager to see it again. Now, I got to say, for Lionsgate Limited to do this packaging, I don't know. Like, it's obviously it's sort of exclusive because you have to go to their website, and they're expensive, but they're not like as expensive as some of these other sites. So it's pricey, especially if you're only getting one thing and you have to pay shipping and all that stuff. But what I don't love is we've got like a regular studio style slipcover with this kind of janky sticker on the front of it. Like, this is cool looking, but it's just the same art on the inside. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? We could have made this so much better.
A missed opportunity, I agree. Because if you think you think you're going to pull it up and that's how exactly how I felt about
This is
this
the
one. Like, I
back,
think
by
this
the
is
way.
Oh, that is a sick artwork. I love that. But yeah, no, I felt the same way when I got this. I love this steelbook. Like, I love this so much. And then I opened it up and I was like, oh, it's just the same thing. Oh well. I mean, it's fine. I'm a very easy person to please. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god. But I agree. I do think missed opportunity because you have more room for more art.
Exactly. One that I saw this summer that I was surprisingly pretty happy with. I thought it was going to be okay, and I walked out going, wow, that was pretty damn good for a superhero movie. The new Superman movie just got the steelbook in today.
I'm so jealous you got that steelbook. It's sold out, and I was not able to get it. Like I said, I haven't been buying that much lately, so I really dropped the ball on several, and so I'm so sad because I loved Superman.
On the bright side, it's Superman. There's probably going to be 7 variants of that steelbook in the next 2 years. That's so true. You'll be fine.
Literally, one of my friends, he's just getting back into physical media, has been texting me today, been like, I can't stop buying steelbooks. I'm like, yeah. And he was talking about the Superman one, and I was like, I really want to get my hands on that one. But maybe they will do a different one.
Oh, guaranteed. Guaranteed they will. Next one, this is a comp copy release that I worked on. This is Obayashi's School and the Crosshairs from Cult Epics. This is one of the Japanese films from the 80s that Obayashi did, and this is very similar to his film House. This is probably of the 4 that I'm working on for them the closest to House. It is quite bonkers and silly and borderline anime actually in a lot of it, but it is a really good movie, and I really hope people check it out because it's a really good release. But the best part, on the disc, brand new, my friend Philip Jeffries did a full visual essay on the history of synth keyboards around that time, because music plays a big part in the story. And it's a wonderful visual essay. I hope people listen to that because Philip did great. It's incredibly edited by Jonathan Zorin, who just put out a film called Derelict. But yeah, really great stuff over there.
That's awesome. I have to check that out. I haven't even heard of that movie.
Yeah, he also did. I got it. Is that he also did His Motorbiker Island. This is another one I worked on.
Ooh, I love that art. I also love the coloring. Like when you showed the back of that first one, I loved the colors.
Well, and
I love a good colorful release.
This is by a friend of mine, Sam Smith, who might be in the chat tonight. He did the original artwork for Criterion's release of House, which is really great. So he approached them when this came out and said, "Hey, I love Obayashi. I want to keep doing these."
Awesome. I do love that Criterion edition of House. It has not yet entered my collection, but it is always one I think about when the sale rolls around. So maybe I'll actually get it one of these days.
2 final pickups for me. One, just stoked to have this. I think this is my favorite of the 2 canonical titles in this. Is it a franchise? I don't know. Creepshow 2 on 4K from Arrow. Brand new. Just came out, or maybe I think the release date's not even until next week. But here's this. Really stoked. Glad I could have that. And now, a re-release that I missed out because this came out originally 11 years ago, something like that. And I have seen the explosion of the love for this type of film, and I'm so stoked to get in the wonderful tome of Jasper Sharp's Behind the Pink Curtain book. Let me hold this up. This is a book on the history of Pinku Iga, the pink films of Japan, and I am just so happy with the fact that they put this out again, because this was like $250 secondhand, and so they're like, let's reprint it, and I said, please do. So
Oh
it is
man,
in my hands.
there's nothing like when they reprint it. That's how I felt. I think there was one recent. I think it was like a Lawrence of Arabia steelbook that like they had reprinted, and I was able to like grab it at like a normal price.
Yeah.
Because man, I'm so happy for you that you got that. 'Cause I know the feeling.
Yeah, it's a lot. But with the pickups, the love for these things are inside the cases, of course. What have you been watching lately? What kind of movies you've been checking out?
You know, I have. So, like I said, I started my like spooky season movie watch list. So I've just started denting into that, and we literally have been rewatching the whole Conjuring franchise. Went and saw the new movie last night in theaters. In Screen X. Have anyone ever seen a movie in Screen X? I had no idea what it was, but the friend that I went with, that's where she got the ticket, and I was like, okay. And it is where you literally the side of the movie theater like has the movie extending right next to you, right and left. So it's like you have the screen here, and then it's also like expanding. Like it was kind of trippy, and I get motion sickness, so I was kind of nervous. I was like, am I about to get sick right now? Because I was like, you feel like you're in the movie. But I did go and see that one. I just watched The Barn, which one of my friends, Chris, I think he's in the chat, 4K Outlaws, he's one of my great friends from TikTok. Him and his wife had suggested The Barn. It's like it was made like recently, like in the last 10 years, but it takes place. There it is. That was one of the most recent ones I watched. Yeah.
All autographed by the cast and crew.
No way.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, so that was a fun one. I had not seen that one before, so I love.
And then here's the sequel, The Barn Part 2.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a sequel. Is that one any good? Worth watching?
There's actually 3 of them.
Oh my god! Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You just never know. And Kim asked my favorite Conjuring film. I definitely has to be the first one. You just can't beat the OG.
Yeah, it's by far the best.
Yeah. What about you? What all have you been watching lately?
Oh, too much. Last weekend we did 5 films in the theater in one day.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a long day. I'm going to go through a couple of these very quick because a couple of these don't have a lot to say about them. Spinal Tap 2, it was all right. Like, it's nowhere near as good as the first. None of us were expecting that, but it wasn't a complete failure, so it's decent.
Okay.
Went and saw the newest Dev Patel film, which is called Rabbit Trap, and it's this weird, like, wannabe folk horror film that's sort of like really based in experimental cinema. Essentially there's no coherent plot to it at all, and you're just out in the middle of the woods in the UK, and there's a creepy, like, I'd guess they were probably a 13-year-old, and they're just doing fucky things to this couple, and you're like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm here for it. There was still a lot of really great visuals, but it wasn't for me. I think it could have been a lot better. We saw The Baltimoreans, which is a new rom-com that's about to drop, and kind of impressed me, I gotta be honest. It was pretty well written. My big thing, though, is like proper representation of people. Everybody was just normal, and it was one of those glaring things where you're like, oh, like, I look like these people. I'm not like Hollywood level of beautiful staring at the screen, and so these are just average people, and that was so nice to see in a pretty decent sized movie in a theater. It was nice. That is nice. Saw The Long Walk this week. Did you happen to see that one?
Not yet. I can't wait though. I'm hoping to go like sometime this weekend or next week. It's been on the top of my list.
Yeah, this was probably my second or third most anticipated films of the year. I interviewed the guy who wrote it last year. His name is JT Molnar. He's the one that did Strange Darling last year.
Oh, and I loved that movie.
It's so good. The Long Walk, I was worried about this one because I know this is close to the hearts of many people, but this movie delivers. I in tears multiple times during this film. Really close to a 5-star film for me. I think that the last couple minutes may have misstepped ever so slightly, but other than that, freaking incredible. You don't think watching a whole bunch of super young men walking for like 150 minutes or whatever it is. I don't think it's 2.5 hours. I think it's just over an hour and a half. But actually just sitting here watching them walk for that long, you're like, I'm going to get bored. Not at all. The dialogue is incredible, and they pull you through it absolutely amazing. So well.
That makes me so excited because I've heard good things about it, but you just like never know. But hearing that makes me even more excited because I am so pumped. Also, I love that someone said I think people should walk to the cinema for the long.
Yeah. Kim wants to know favorite Child's Play movie. -2. Mine is certainly Bride of Chucky. I think that is my classic one.
So this is going to be a confession. I've really only seen the first one, so I'd have to say that one. I was never big into Child's Play. Like me and my friends growing up, we try to watch some, but we just never made it through them besides the first one. And I did enjoy the first one, but I've never really gotten much into the Chucky franchise. So that would have to be a confession from me.
There's no shame here whatsoever. But other than that, the one that I really wanted to spend a minute talking about, because I think so few people are going to go see this movie, is the movie Twinless. Twinless is a movie that is in the trailers. They are pitching this as a couple people that have lost twins are going to as in like their twin has died, are going to a twin bereavement support group, and they like form a friendship from it. And this movie is incredible, wonderfully written, incredibly acted. One of the big things is not the main star, which is Dylan O'Brien, but his co-star, which is James Sweeney. James Sweeney also directed this film, and he also wrote this film. And so the fact that he wrote the role that he took, this movie is insane for so many reasons. It is like perfectly cast. It is wonderfully acted. The story itself is pretty on par. It is what is the best way to say that? On par with what? Like the pacing is perfect, but also there's sort of a twist. And I hate saying that because that kind of gives away that there's something that you're not expecting, but it's told you like in the first 4 minutes. So it's not giving much away, but Twinless is, like I just said with the Baltimoreans, it depicts sort of literally every relationship that you can think of. It does great with like friends relationships, just two dudes hanging out. It does great with like mother and son. It does great with like a budding relationship where you're meeting somebody and falling in love with them. It does really great homosexual relationships. It does really great relationships where you're just there for like a one night stand, and it like portrays everything realistically. There are a couple scenes that are intense in the best ways, which you don't really expect out of a movie that was marketed this way, because it just came across as like a timid little indie film. Twinless is a borderline masterpiece for me. It is easily top 5 or 6 of the year. It is by far a movie that I think is going to get undersung, and everybody needs to see it because it is incredible.
Ooh, I can't wait. That is one that's been on my list. I forgot what movie I was in. I saw the preview for that, and I was like, this looks fascinating. So I'm excited. So you've seen it already, so spoilers.
No spoilers whatsoever.
Oh, I can't wait. No, I love movies like that, especially movies I feel like that kind of come out of nowhere that you don't hear like too much about, but then they end up being like this, like for me earlier this year, for me, that was Life of Chuck. This summer, that kind of came out. I had no idea what to expect, and I walked out of it like 5 out of 5 stars. It was great. So no, that made me really excited for Twinless. I cannot wait to see that.
I showed my kids K-pop Demon Hunters tonight for the first time. Have you seen that yet?
I haven't, no, but I have a couple friends that are like, love it. So I have not seen it myself.
I thought that this thing was going to be so cheesy, and like 12 seconds into it, I'm like, why am I already singing this song? It is so much better than I expected.
Right. It's so funny because about that movie, when I was in The Conjuring last night, we were right next to that movie, and literally on like the quiet parts of Conjuring, you just hear this like music like blasting, and we were like, this is wild.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad it's good though. I just have not seen it.
Fave horror sequel, Kim wants to know. That is a very difficult question.
Oh man. Kim, I can't answer stuff on the spot, but we'll try. I'm like looking at my franchise shelf right now.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that too. There's so many that I could easily throw up there.
I will say, as far as like sequels, plural, I love all of the Saw movies. Like, I'm a huge Saw franchise person. So honestly, even Spiral, that everyone like hated on so hard, like I love all of the Saw sequels, but specifically like 2 through 5, I think were like peak. But I'm trying to think of just like specific sequels.
I'll grab onto yours and say Saw 6 is definitely one of my
Oh.
top 5 favorite sequels ever.
Oh, see,
That's the one that takes down the healthcare system, and I love it.
Oh yes, okay. Let me change mine from 2 to 6. I always around 4 to like 6. I get them.
They get kind of blurry.
They do. I'm trying to think of any others. I love. Evil Dead 2 for me is superior to the first one, honestly.
Silent Mandible says Wrong Turn 2. Here's my Courtney confession that, like she did earlier, I've never seen a single Wrong Turn film, not even the first one. I know I need to. Yeah,
they're pretty fun. I haven't seen them in a while. I think I've only seen 1 and 2, but I have like the pack of like all of them. I just haven't gotten around to seeing them yet. Yeah. But that's fair.
Roddy says Nightmare on Elm Street 2 because gay. I mean, yeah, it's quite gay.
I love it. Clearly.
All right. Are we ready to get into announcements? Anything else you want to bring up before we jump into it?
No, not really. I mean, I'm sure if it's something pops in my head,
Oh, that's a good answer, Paul. Paul says every Final Destination sequel. I will say Bloodlines was incredible.
Oh, yes. I had so much fun with Bloodlines. It was fantastic.
Dude missed the announcement of the discussion. Tonight's discussion is going to be our favorite horror remakes from the 2000s specifically.
Yes, the best. I know it's so controversial. Like people, I think you either hate or you love them. I just am obsessed with them. So
I mean, if you grew up in that era, they're pretty great. Obviously, if you were born in like before 1980, you'd be like, oh, it's ruining the stuff.
No,
of my childhood.
yes.
A lot of it is our childhood.
Yeah, no, that's true. Because I was born in the 90s, so that was kind of what was my intro to like horror was like remakes and other 2000s movies. I just think 2000s horror in general is like my favorite, but that's just biased because like that my first like scary movie was Vacancy, and that was like early 2000s. So
nice. All right, let's get into some of these announcements then, because we've got a lot to talk about tonight. So first up, November 26th in Australia, Imprint is releasing Shock Volume 2. This includes 3 of the Shaw Brothers horror movies. We've got The Enchanting Shadow. This is the first time this movie has been on Blu-ray ever in the world. We've got The Bride from Hell from 1971, and then The Ghost Lovers from 1974. These are limited to 1,500 copies as per usual. On our first film, that was The Enchanting Shadow, we've got a new commentary by Stephen Hammond and then Arna Venema, friend of the show. We got a new interview with historian Paul Foneroff, who I don't think I've even heard of him. Then we got our second film. We got a new commentary by Arna Venema and Damini Ting. And then on the Ghost Lovers, we've got a new film scholar interview. Wayne Wong speaks on the Ghost Lovers, and a new commentary by Justin DeClue from Gold Ninja Video. Have you checked out any of the Shaw Brothers stuff before? Are you into any of the martial arts Asian type films from that time?
I really haven't, but I will say one of my friends that I've met through TikTok, his name is literally Martial Arts Film Freak. He has turned me on to some martial arts movies. Like he actually just sent me 2 this week. So he's really trying to get me into them, and I'm very open to it. So these are definitely some I would love to check out, but I have not seen them before.
Nice. Next up from Imprint on that same day, November 26th, we're getting a double feature of Intimate Confessions of a Chinese Courtesan and Lust for Love of a Chinese Courtesan. These are from 1972 and 84. And these are 2 that I have never seen, but I have had on my list for a while. We got a new commentary by Stephen Hammond and Arna Venema on the first one. New interview with Paul Foneroff again. And the second one, Lust for Love of a Chinese Courtesan, this is the first time on Blu-ray anywhere in the world. New audio commentary by Sam Deegan, who is incredible. Eager to see these for sure. Next, Mario Bava's Bay of Blood is coming to 4K in the UK from Arrow Video. We don't have a release date yet, but this was speculated because it is coming out on 4K here in the States from Severin, and now Arrow will continue to work on some of the Bava stuff over there. Are you somebody that's checked out any Bava films in the past?
No, but it looks like I'm about to.
This is
I'm
a big
intrigued.
one.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
This is a film that has inspired some movies that we were just talking about a little bit. So, yeah, Bay of Blood is incredible. There are some scenes from this that are practically ripped, like frame by frame, into Friday the 13th.
Oh, I love that. Then I definitely will need to be getting this.
Well, and you're also a big Arrow fan, right?
Oh yeah, literally 3 of my 5 2000s horror remakes are Arrow. Like I have very many Arrow.
I know what one of them is. Oh, I know what 2 of them. One of them just came out. That's right. All right. Next up, 88 Films over in the UK had a big group of announcements. We had a question from Chaz. Any word if any of those Shaw titles will end up in the next Arrow set? We don't know yet. However, I have it on a good word that there's a rumor that they will be announcing Shawscope Volume 4 in their next drop of announcements. So we should be able to find out about that soon. So, yeah, keep that in mind. In case you were holding up on pre-ordering on that, you might want to wait there, Chaz. So, yeah, 88 Films announced a big group of titles. First one here, November 10th, as part of their releases that they've been putting out. We've got Absolution coming to Blu-ray in the UK. This is from 1978. This has had a few releases before, so nothing super surprising here necessarily. We got a lot of the legacy features here. Commentary from Kim Newman and Sean Hogan. Absolution, Richard Burton starring in this. Not much else for me to grab onto here. I don't think I've seen this one.
I'm right there with you.
I kind of assume so. This seems to be under the radar for a lot of people. Next up is one that I have seen from 1986. They are putting out Evil Laugh as part of their Slasher Classics collection. And this is from 1986. This was released previously in the U.S., so quite a few people probably already have this. All archival features on this. Nothing super new. Have you happened to have seen the Evil Laugh?
It's funny. I think I do remember when I was like in middle school, me and my friends were like just flipping through these like older horror movies, and I want to say this is the one that we went. I couldn't tell you like much about it, but I really think this is the one that we watched.
Nice.
I mean, out of all of them, I mean, we used to watch so many, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, it looks very familiar, so I definitely have seen parts of it, if not all of it.
It's fun. It's pretty silly, but it's fun.
Yeah, those are the best though.
Oh, yeah. On November 17th, over in the UK, they're putting out a Blu-ray and DVD, for those of you that still buy DVDs, of They Made Me a Fugitive from 1947. This is based on the novel A Convict Has Escaped by Jackson Budd, and this is supposedly pretty good. You've got not a lot coming on this that I kind of expected more. We got a commentary by Kim Newman and Barry Forshaw. Stephen Thrower speaks on the film, and then Melanie Williams speaks on it a little bit as well. Yeah, I love the art on this. That's one big thing I'll say.
I do too. You can always tell when they put like just extra effort. Not that they all don't put effort in, but I love it when stuff like this.
Yeah. The hard part here, they're releasing this in the UK, and this has been released multiple times on Blu-ray. I don't want to say 88 Films, what are you doing? But also, this can't be selling that many copies in 2025. This is kind of an odd choice for me.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
So is this
That makes
one.
sense.
Time Without Pity is coming out on the same day. Same thing, Blu-ray, DVD in the UK only. And this is another one that has been released many, many times. This is from 1957. This got a fairly recent release from Indicator. And yeah, they're not doing anything new on the extras. So again, kind of an odd choice. I don't know who's buying this. Like, if they've had the option to buy it from Indicator for the last 5 or 6 years. If they didn't, they're not going to rush out of the store to get yours. I don't know. Make your choice. Make your money, I guess, if you will.
Very true.
Then they are putting out on November 24th in the UK, November 25th in the US. They are putting out Rosa from 1986. And this is one by Ewan Biao, and delivers one of his most energetic performances in this action-packed blend of martial arts, comedy, and romance. And I've heard nothing but great things about this. This is supposed to be pretty damn good. New 2K restoration from the OCN on this one. And then we've got audio commentary by Frank Chang and FJ DeSanto. Audio commentary by David West. Some interviews. And yeah, since this will be region free, I imagine this one will do very well for them. Again, the art looks great, but the film is supposed to be very, very good.
Yeah, that's one I definitely need to put on my radar. It does sound interesting. I do love 88 Films. I don't have very many, but like my most recent one, I got Tourist Trap, and I think they did such a great job with that. So yeah. This might be one I'll have to pick up.
You are region free, right? I think you are.
Yes, yeah. I have a region free player.
Smart.
You kind of have to in these days. So
in these troubling times, yes.
In these times.
This one kind of lit up all of the comments on social media this last Friday. November 11th, we've got a box set coming out called the Luc Besson 9 movie collection. Now, this one is odd because we've got a mix of 4K and Blu-ray here. And it's mostly 4K. I think 6 of them are 4K and 3 are Blu-ray. It might be 4 that are Blu-ray. But of course, Luc Besson, not with the cleanest record. He's kind of a pedophile. So a lot of people don't like supporting this guy. But of course, for many, many people, this is one of those filmmakers that they are willing to just say, well, I love the movie, so I'm going to buy this.
No, yeah. Yeah, I know. I did see this announcement, but I did cross my mind. I'm like, do I want to get this? Because I actually already own some of these, so I was like, I don't know. I may pass on it, but I think it's beautiful artwork and one that you would want in your collection.
Yeah.
But
this one we've got 9 films. We got. This is me screwing up French. Sorry, everybody in the chat already. Le Dernier Combat. It's probably not Combat, whatever. Subway, The Big Blue, La Femme Nikita, Atlantis, Leon the Professional, The Fifth Element, The Messenger, The Story of Joan of Arc, and Angel A. Obviously, the dude is a pedophile, and that is hard to grapple with, especially when this thing is going to be expensive. It's the art is nice, but I'm not buying that for art or anything like that.
no, I'm right there with you. I will not be getting that either.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of people in the chat are on the same page.
Yeah, that makes sense. And he's one of those people. A lot of people just don't like him, anyways. His films have a very distinct style for the most part, and if you're not into it, you're not into it. It's like Shane Black on that front. So.
Right.
All right. That is the pedophile minute with Disconnected. Next, November 10th, we are getting a re-release of a 4K steelbook of Wicked so that they can make more money before the new film comes out. Now, what's funny here is there is going to be a US re-release as well. You can already pre-order it. This one is coming out over in the UK, but also they're about to drop the second movie. You're insane if you don't think in March that there's not going to be a double feature Wicked steelbook. Of course there's going to be. This one, if you have even 8 brain cells, who is buying this in November of 2025 knowing that's coming in March, unless you're a Wicked fan of Wicked and you just need everything they do?
No. Okay, so I'm so glad this is being brought up because I already bought this. I bought this steelbook when it came out last year. It was very hard to get. Like Walmart canceled my pre-order twice, so then I somehow was able to still get one like at the normal price. So I have it, and I love Wicked, which I'm like so stoked for part 2. It's like what's getting me through the rest of this year. But one of my friends texted me like today with a screenshot of this. Was like, I think I'm gonna get this because the one I was telling you earlier, who's getting back into steelbooks, and I was like, wait, this is coming out again? In my head, I was like, didn't they just release this? And so, like you said, like I will definitely just be waiting until the second one comes out. There's literally no way they're not going to do a box set for both.
Of course.
There's just like no way. And I love Wicked so much, and thank goodness I already have this one, and I'll keep that even if they do a double feature pack or whatever. And
I'm sure there's going to be a great one for the second one that looks probably similar to this so that they look great next to each other. Nothing wrong with that.
No, exactly. Well, also I see it says with the new deboss on the front. I'm like, okay, so where was this last year? When y'all did the first one, why didn't you just, it's like, it is the money. And I'm like,
It gets worse. They're only debossing it for the UK steelbook. The US one is coming out without the extra debossing. So if you want the special debossing version, you have to spend extra money to import it.
That's insane. That's crazy. I love Wicked more than the next just as much as the next person, but I would literally never do that. I will patiently wait for the box set that comes out inevitably. Eric, yeah, for sure.
Here is my second confession. I did not get a chance to see that last year, but I was thinking, hey, I'll rewatch it before the second one comes out because I'll inevitably see the second one in the theater. And then I started thinking, there's no way they don't do a double feature in the theater.
Oh, yeah.
Of course that's going to happen this fall.
No, for sure. I saw Wicked 3 times in the theater. Thankfully, I had Regal Unlimited, so I didn't have to pay for it. But I was obsessed with that movie. Still am, because I saw it on, that was my first Broadway show I ever saw, like when I was like 13, like in New York. I'm obsessed with the movie. And then me and my mom, like we already are planning like Thanksgiving-ish time, going to see it this time. I love the soundtrack. I literally got a speeding ticket. This is not a joke. I got a speeding ticket while blasting Defying Gravity. I was going like 20 over, not even like registering how fast I'm going. So I was quite literally defying gravity. The cop like pulls me over, I get a ticket. And I tried to make a joke with him. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I was listening to Wicked. Like, have you never defied gravity? And he was not having it. But I literally got a speeding ticket because of this soundtrack.
The fact that you asked him that is hilarious.
I was like trying to like break the ice or also try to get out of the ticket, but it did not work. But I'm so excited for part 2. Like I will be counting down. And Amazon Prime members, I saw they're releasing a free or a early screening for Amazon Prime members on like the 17th or something.
Oh, damn.
So if that's true, I will be sad.
Interesting.
Yep. Colton said, I love the music. It's a strike against your gay card. Colton, man, come on now. You got to get it together. Come on.
All right. We announced this last week as part of TerrorVision. In October, we are releasing a Blu-ray as part of our Gray Face Films line of the movie New Religion from 2022. This is a movie that was previously released in the UK by Third Window Films, but I think this version is quite a bit better. So we got this brand new art that I think is pretty incredible for this movie. And this one, if you've not heard of it before, it says, after her daughter's accidental death, Miyabi gets divorced and starts working as a call girl. Miyabi meets with a new client and he requests to take pictures of her body, first her spine, then her feet, and he continues to take pictures of a different part of her body every time they meet. After the first couple of sessions, Miyabi feels her daughter's hand touching her leg and quickly realizes that every time she allows herself to be photographed, she can feel her daughter's spirit reaching closer to her. This is a very interesting movie, and I hope people check this out because it's certainly worth it. We've got a brand new director's updated version of the film. Now, this is one of those odd situations where everybody's like, oh, how long is this one? This is the exact same running time as the actual original version of the film, but he changed a bunch of it. So it is quite different, actually. There's a booklet in this with writing from Kia Shikondo, who's the director, Amber T., Anton Battelle, and Alexandra Heller-Nicholas. New commentary with the director, with Kaho Seto, Satoshi Oka, and then Sho Mashina. This one is exclusive to the TerrorVision release. That's not on the Third Window release. We got another new audio commentary from Amber T., which is also exclusive. New making of New Religion with the director who put it all together. And then we got a behind-the-scenes look that was on the original one. Now, of course, the big difference is the original one has this new short film. It's not part of this thing, but it's sort of tied together, and so it's very, very different. Kind of complimentary releases, especially if you love the film, might be worth checking out. But yeah, if you never picked up Third Window or you're not region free, this will be the one to get for sure.
I'm obsessed with that artwork. Like, been sitting here just like,
it's great. Yeah. And
fascinating.
Moths kind of play a part in the film. So that's where the inspiration comes from there.
I love that.
Corinne says, Ryan, is the Nami collection on Air 4444 the exact same as what Third Window released? We don't know yet, Corinne. We're going to find out tomorrow because it is going on pre-order tomorrow. But they've not released any new details as far as extras and all that. But the films should be identical. And we should point out that Third Window Films and then Air 4444, they've worked together a bunch of times. So undoubtedly, they both worked together on those films when they were putting them out. Is that the first time you'd heard of that label, Air 4444?
Me?
Yeah.
It is, actually. I have not. Sorry, I was reading through the comments, and then I was like, wait, I need to talk. I'm on here.
It's a tough name to spit out sometimes, that's for sure.
Well, now I'm familiar with it, so that's good. I'm learning new things being on here. This is great.
Air 4444, they do subversive Asian films for the most part.
Nice. Okay.
Speaking of The Long Walk, you can already pre-order the 4K Steelbook. This is out there, and it is an Amazon exclusive 4K Steelbook. We don't have a release date yet, of course. This one has an alternate ending, which I'm very curious what that alternate ending is, because the ending was kind of the weakest part for me. So I'm wondering if they might have fixed it. And then we've got an appreciation from Stephen King on there. We've got Cooper and David did a scene read together, and then Ever Onward, Making the Long Walk multi-part documentary and the trailer. So yeah, I am very excited about this one.
I will definitely be pre-ordering that, and I haven't even seen the movie. Just I can tell just from even just like the art and the colors, but also just from the sounds of how the movie actually is. I will be getting that as well.
I do think it's hilarious that many people saw this and went, "Oh, I thought that was Super Troopers at first."
Oh, I love that. But Lionsgate is just spitting out and just fire. So I trust them with all of their releases that they've been putting out.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Can't argue with that. This is not exactly the same. September 24th, Cape Light over in Germany is putting out a 4K and Blu-ray Project Genesis. We had talked about this a couple of weeks ago. It's coming on Blu-ray, but now we know it's coming on 4K. So if you want it on the better format, perhaps you could get this one. Adrian wants to know, will the DVD have the same special features on, I'm assuming you're talking about The Long Walk. That one, a couple things said 4K only, and so I'm not sure. I would imagine they would have the same features on the DVD, but we would have to check for sure. You having headphone issues?
Yes, I was. But I'm good now. I can hear you. So if you were just talking to me, I was not ignoring you.
I was not. You're good.
It had like a weird thing, so I was just fixing the... All right, let's try this.
December 8th, over in the UK, from Altitude, we are getting a release of The Cut from 2025. This is an Orlando Bloom boxing movie that I had never even heard of. I probably should have watched this trailer. I have not seen anything from this.
I've literally never heard of that either. Huh.
Yeah, that is a good comment, dude. He says, I haven't seen a movie as nihilistic as The Long Walk in a long time. Nihilistic, it is through and through. It is quite hopeless. So I posted this week, and I've gotten a lot of responses, actually. Just want to know if you want a question answered and printed in the magazine, let me know. We're trying to do more of these letter to the editor segments. If you got a question about physical media releases, about films, about why releases have not come out yet, any certain thing that you want to ask, shoot it, and I will try to go to the source and get you answers to the best of my ability.
That's awesome.
Kino Lorber is having a sale at Barnes & Noble right now, 50% off of everything. And if you are not somebody that is shopping at Barnes & Noble for one reason or another, you can also pick these up on Amazon because Amazon is price matching most everything. The big thing to remember here is this is in person and online. So they tend to, when they're having one of these, they tend to stock some of the titles, obviously not their entire catalog because Kino Lorber releases 512 movies per year, but you can buy most of them online. And then on top of that, things go on sale that will come out during the sale period. So this doesn't end till October 19th. So if a release is coming out before October 19th, it is half off right now. So you can pre-order it. Like 4Ks are, I think, $22, $22.49. Pretty decent.
My wallet hates to see these sales coming.
Yeah, and it's, of course, almost sale season, so here we go.
Yes, but exciting, too.
John shares that the next Kino sale through their website should begin next Thursday, so we will have a lot to talk about next Thursday, that's for sure. I feel like it's been a very long time since the last Kino sale. Speaking of Air 4444, they announced a sub-label this week. The sub-label is going to be called Phantom Transmission. Their first release that they're putting out is Two Front Teeth from 2006. And they are saying, we're taking a small break today to introduce something we've been working on this year, a new sub-label called Phantom Transmission. This sub-label will be distributed through the Air 4444 website, and it was created with the thought of branching out to release films from all corners of the world, basically everything outside of Asia, because that's all that they're doing at Air 4444. They believe firmly in maintaining that as our primary focus and our only label to release Asian genre films. Phantom Transmission is just a way for us to shed light on genre films from everywhere else with the collector's edition treatment that you've come to expect from the company already. They've got a full new IG account to follow and all that stuff. And then their first release, like I said, is going to be Two Front Teeth from 2006, which will be available to pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. And this is not a great looking film from what I can see on Letterboxd. It seems like most people hate it, but I don't know. Check it out. That being said, I will say I much loved the Air 4444 guys. I've had them on the show, interviewed them. They seemed great. I'm not putting this down at all. However, I will say I feel like they've had a rough year. They just had one of the longest delays in pre-orders that I've ever seen. They had lots of problems. And it does kind of feel weird in the middle of solving those problems to announce, hey, we're also doing more. I kind of feel like maybe you should perfect the first part before we start doing more. I get wanting to release films from other countries, but this feels like kind of a bad time. I don't know. Are you following much of this from any of the other companies like sub-labels and all that? How do you feel about that?
No, yeah, I mean, this is the first I've heard of this, and as far as like the other sub-labels, I've never been as tapped into the other the only sub-labels I really have been super tapped into were like the Vinegar Syndrome ones. But no, I mean, I share your perspective and opinion on that for sure. And you work with them like a lot. So you definitely, you're much more better to talk about that than I am for sure.
CGTV says it sounds like the same Christmas movie that Red Letter Media roasted on Best of the Worst. It absolutely is that movie. That is true. And then Barry the Tick says, but most of the movies we love are hated by the general public, ? I wouldn't say that. I would say, in fact, there are many companies putting out kind of like critically acclaimed films, especially if you go past the Vinegar Syndromes or the companies like that put out mostly B movies. But even Vinegar Syndrome has moved away from that overall. So I don't know. It's a weird time. I know a lot of people look down on some of these films, especially like the Criterion bros that think that's the be all end all of physical media, and it's obviously not. But I mean, companies like Deaf Crocodile, companies like Radiance, companies like Indicator are putting out films that are beloved and have been for decades. Came out very strong. People love them, and they're still getting love decades later. A lot of the time, they're underseen, but that doesn't mean they're bad necessarily.
For sure. Like TerrorVision, that Rumpelstiltskin release that they did earlier this year is insane. I love it. I got it immediately.
I wrote in that release. I love that release.
You told me that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
All right. Let's talk about some softcore erotica.
Woohoo!
Early November, Severin is releasing the Saga Erotica box set. This is the Emmanuel collection coming on 4K Blu-ray. It's a dual format release, which has ruffled some feathers. A lot of people kind of upset that there's not a just 4K box set and a just Blu-ray box set, that they feel forced to buy all of them. First of all, nobody's forced to buy this whatsoever. But this is a different thing. For some of them, Severin has been doing that, like they just did with their last Danza Macabre set. But this one, we've got Emmanuel from 1974. We've got Emmanuel 2 from 75. We've got Goodbye Emmanuel from 77. And finally, we've got I, Emmanuel from 69. All four of the films coming on 4K. And these are just absolutely overloaded with special features. All kinds of new stuff for all of them. I hope to be able to have this someday, but yeah, probably not immediately. This is a big deal. These are films that made a lot of people quite mature when they were growing up, I'll say. Are you familiar with the Emmanuel films?
No, I'm not, but I might have to look into them. They sound, I mean, it also too like looks like the chat is in the same sentiment as you. So I've not.
Gotta love softcore coming from Severin.
Yeah. I mean, this seems like an insane box set.
It is. And if you were quick enough, they also, the box set itself wasn't limited to 100. This bundle was. They also put out this Sylvia Christel book with it. Now, what's funny is this book was released previously. You should be able to get this multiple times. But there was also a poster in here that was limited. And this sold out, I believe, day one. 100 people bought this, and they're just gone immediately. Yeah.
It definitely has its audience for sure.
It sure does, especially when most of the people buying physical media are middle-aged men. Hi, I'm middle-aged man. We got some Criterion announcements after I just put them down slightly. So this is exciting. December 2nd, we are getting a Blu-ray release of Return to Reason, 4 films by Man Ray, and these are all from 2023. This sounds incredible. This says the swirling surrealist dreams of Man Ray are high watermarks of 1920s avant-garde cinema, a nexus of cryptic themes, dark eroticism, and playful abstraction. Seemingly plucked from an unconscious realm, these 4 shorts find the visionary artist experimenting with the limitless possibilities of montage, superimposition, distortion, and even the application of objects directly onto the celluloid. That sounds fascinating right there. And even the application of, I just said that, set here to an ethereal score by the Jim Jarmusch Carter Logan collaboration Squirrel. These cinepoems are optical carnival rides that surprise, delight, and unsettle with each tantalizing frame. This is going to have an interview with Jim Jarmusch and Carter Logan, who are from the band Squirrel. We got a concert from 2023 featuring Squirrel performing its improvised score to Man Ray's films. We got a trailer plus an essay by Mark Polizzati. Brian saying Man Ray also having a big art retro right now. Very nice. And if you don't like experimental cinema, you will not like these. That makes sense. Oh, Ronnie says one of the shorts is on the Kino Silent Avant-Garde film set. Interesting. Good to know.
I love that artwork that they picked.
Yeah, it's quite good. A classic is also coming out. So December 2nd, they're also putting out a 4K release of His Girl Friday. This is from 1940, and of course, this is one that many, many, many people have loved. This did come out as one of the Columbia Classics box sets from Sony. So if you already had that, this is basically going to be the same thing. There might be a couple different on the features, I think, but the film itself is probably going to look identical. In fact, the Sony one might even look slightly better since Criterion doesn't do real great with the encoding. This is all the same as what they put out on Blu-ray previously, so don't expect to get any new features. But you got to love this sort of release. And yeah, have you seen His Girl Friday? Are you into stuff like this?
Oh yeah, we had to watch this in college, and I loved it. But this is actually one I never bought though physically, so I'm pumped that it's getting this 4K because I don't own it, so it'll all be new to me from the Criterion. So I'm so pumped because I remember I loved this movie when I saw it for the first time. Yeah. I think I watched it one more time after that, but yeah, I can't wait I will definitely be picking this up in November for the Criterion sale. Or when does this release? Will this be releasing before?
This comes out December 2nd.
Looks like we're gonna have to wait till the next sale.
Well, it's not that long. The next website flash sale will be in March after that. So
okay. I'm honestly, I can be very patient. So, and I never buy Criterions unless it's
of course
during the sale. But there has been like maybe 1 or 2 that I have, but besides that, no.
I think one of these might get me because it's the year of Pee-wee, but we'll talk about that one in just
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
December 9th, we're getting a 4K and Blu-ray release here from Criterion of Salam Bombay from 1988. This is a Mira Nair film that has come out multiple times on multiple labels in the UK, and I think even on Blu-ray here in the US, but now it gets a 4K release, and Criterion is putting their love into it. So this is supposed to be great. I've not seen this yet. Are you one that's checked into much Bollywood or Indian films at all?
Not really, no. But this one does sound very interesting. I might have to check it out. I wish I was more tuned into that.
It's a lot because it's an entire film industry. So there's literally like thousands of films to just stumble onto.
Literally.
There's a whole bunch on Netflix, by the way, for anybody that's ever been interested in Bollywood and Indian films in general. At least there was a couple months ago. I'm not sure if they're mostly still there. Next up, one that I have been very eager to see restored. December 9th, we get a 4K and Blu-ray release from I Know Where I'm Going from 1945. This is a Pal and Pressburger film that a lot of people worship, like literally is one of the best films of all time. This says love flourishes in the Scottish, I don't know how to say this word, so I apologize to all the Scots, Hebrides, I'm going to say something like that, in this windswept enchantment from British cinema's most passionate visionaries, Pal and Pressburger. I know where I'm going, declares headstrong, upwardly mobile Joan Webster en route to her marriage to a wealthy industrial until her carefully laid plans are blown away by a raging storm that leaves her stranded on an island off the Scottish coast with the dashing naval officer. Shot in ethereal black and white that enhances the almost mystical air of its setting, a folkloric world where legends and curses still hold sway, this beloved romance is one of cinema's most stirring expressions of the eternal conflict between the head and the heart. This is one, oh, thank you, Ronnie. Ronnie said I said it correctly. That's kind of amazing.
I love that.
This is one that Criterion had released previously on DVD, I believe, if I'm remembering right. And now it finally got this upgrade. We got a new 4K digital restoration by the BFI. And that is one thing that I wanted to be bringing up, that this is one that they've wanted a UK release of for the longest time, since this is from the UK. But this supposedly is nigh impossible to ever get a release over in the UK. Somebody from the BFI was in my comments confirming that. They said, don't ever expect a UK release because it's impossible to negotiate all the rights over there. So something funky going on, but at least we got it here. We got an audio commentary with Ian Christie on this. There's a restoration demonstration on the film. We got some behind the scenes stills narrated by the editor, of course, Thelma Schoonmaker. We've got Scorsese is actually the one that did the introduction on the restoration demonstration. We got a 1994 documentary by Mark Cousins about the film. We got a photo essay by Nancy Franklin. Lots of decent stuff. Home movies from one of Michael Powell's Scottish expeditions. An essay by Imogen Sarah Smith, who is kind of amazing at everything. So this will absolutely be coming home with me eventually.
Heck yeah. I've never seen this, but when I did see the original Criterion announcement for this one, it definitely piqued my interest. So it definitely is one I might have to throw on my list for the sale next year.
Yeah, definitely on there for me. And then the one that surprised the world, December 16th, we are getting a 4K and Blu-ray release of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Tim Burton's 1985 masterpiece, sumptuous, colorful film with Mad Marge and, of course, Paul Rubens. This has a new 4K digital restoration supervised and approved by Tim Burton. We've got an audio commentary by Burton and Paul Rubens that is archival, audio commentary by the composer Danny Elfman, who does it over a music-only soundtrack to the film. There's a new interview with Tim Burton and Richard Ayoade, which I think that is fantastic. We've got new interviews with the co-writer Michael Varhall, the editor Billy Weber, the production designer David L. Snyder, and the producer Richard Abramson, conducted by Mark Olson. There's an interview from 2005 with Paul Rubens, excerpts from the 40th anniversary screening of the film presented by Nostalgic Nebula and hosted by Dana Gould, who loves everything Paul Rubens and Pee Wee Herman. There's also a new cover that is just amazing. I love the art on this. A lot of people hated this, but I think this just fits perfectly the whimsical nature of everything Pee Wee has done.
Oh yeah, I'm obsessed with it. I could not believe when I saw the announcement that this movie was getting a Criterion. It was like, and then I do. I love the art. I love just the chaos of it. I think it's perfect for the movie. I just cannot believe Criterion's releasing it, which honestly gives me hope for a lot of other movies that could possibly get a Criterion release like in the future. I'm like, you know what? If they're putting out Pee-wee, then there's a lot out there that they could take. So this was an exciting release.
Carrie Mulligan says, Big Adventure is among my favorite films, but did you know Gene Siskel called it the worst film of that year? Not surprising at all. Reservoir says, will anyone who didn't grow up with Pee-wee actually this movie? Are we saying buy or watch or like? It seems to me that's a Gen X thing. I don't think it's a Gen X thing. I think Pee-wee's Big Adventure is sort of timeless, but I don't know.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Me.
No, I feel like it's like real big in the millennials stuff as well.
Yeah. Ronnie says it absolutely deserves the prestige that comes with being in the Criterion Collection. I mean, this is a very visionary film, genuinely. Like the way this thing was filmed, shoot, even the way Big Top Pee-wee's filmed is kind of amazing when you think about it. Like the fact Big Top Pee-wee, I know a lot about since I've been doing interviews for the release this year, but the like literally spray painting things to look like that in the background. Reservoir went never knew Pee-wee growing up. I get that, but thankfully a lot of people are discovering Pee-wee this year for sure. Jim Harwood says he's not Gen X and he loves it. Jim, you're not that old, Jim. How old? You're not Gen X, Jim. Come on.
I would love, because speaking of Tim Burton, like I would love for Criterion to release a Tim Burton collection.
Ooh.
I would love that so much.
So I'm going to guess it would have to be, we'll say 3 films. Which 3 do you think are, and I hate using this because Criterion has kind of lost these films deserve to be in here, like the little pinky raising when you say it. But which ones do you think most make sense in the Criterion collection? Picking 3.
I would love Edward Scissorhands.
That was my first one.
It's like my first go-to. Shoot, you only get 2 more? See, this is when I get put on the spot. Because when I said that, my first thought was like, okay, well, Edward Scissorhands has to get number 1 on the list. Let's see. Maybe The Corpse Bride. Like, I could see that. But in Sleepy Hollow. Oh, Sleepy Hollow for sure. So maybe
I got to ask, have you seen Ed Wood?
With Johnny Depp?
Yeah. I
have. I liked Ed Wood. It's not one of my favorites of his, but I do like it. I don't own it, actually. It's one I don't own. Oh, Big Fish. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, wait. I already got my 3. We have Edward Scissorhands, Sleepy Hollow, and Big Fish. I think would be like the perfect Criterion collection for Tim Burton.
So I'm assuming that Pee-wee's Big Adventure is already in the collection like it is, and so I'm going to pick 3 others, and semi-similar. I think Ed Wood has to be the first, like, that's the main highlight, because it's literally a love of film. That's the whole
That's
point
true,
of it.
yes, yeah.
So that is number 1. That's the main draw. And then Edward Scissorhands, to completely go, like, against what he just did with Ed Wood. It's super whimsical. And then I really want to say Big Fish, but I feel like that's the obvious choice. So I'm going to say Mars Attacks, because Mars Attacks needs some love. And because it's sort of the send up of like the 50s sci-fi stuff, I feel like it'd be a really great combination, or like a go-between between Edward Scissorhands and Ed Wood. So yeah, those would be my.
That's fair. I like that. Art Criterion, if you're listening, please do something. Tim Burton.
All right, we've got I think this might be the last one to cover. December 16th, they're putting out a 4K Blu-ray and DVD release of David Byrne's American Utopia from 2020. This is another one that is a must for me. David Byrne meets America's fractious political moment with the transcendent power of song in this ecstatic documentary of the Broadway adaptation of his acclaimed American Utopia tour. Captured with immersive immediacy by the director Spike Lee, this uplifting spectacle interweaves 21 songs, both new and classic, with Byrne's singular observations on the state of the nation, its perils, promises, and possibility for transformation. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked on this. We got a new documentary featuring Chorus, music producer David Byrne, the dancer vocalist Tendall Kumba, the director Spike Lee, choreographer and musical stager Annie B. Parson, lighting designer Rob Sinclair, and the bassist Bobby Wooten III. And then there's an essay by the critic Kay Austin Collins and an appreciation by another critic, Gia Tolentino. Love pretty much everything David Byrne. Are you a David Byrne fan?
Yeah. I have not seen this one though, but it's definitely one I definitely would like to get. My Criterion list right now is probably about 10 movies deep, so I keep adding them, but I definitely think I will be adding this one just from the cover alone. It looks one that would be right up my alley. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this. Simeon Gregory in the chat says you remind him of a mix between Ariana Richards and Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, that's so kind. I love them both. Thank you. I have gotten Kirsten Dunst before. I've also gotten Claire Danes, but that is very nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
I take that as a compliment because I love both of them. So.
Brian says that second critic is a staff writer for the New Yorker. Nice. It's a rough week for staff writers at the moment that are critics, as Alan Sepinwall just got let go out of nowhere.
Wow. Yeah. Which, speaking of David Byrne, what is your favorite David Byrne movie? Do you have one?
Oh gosh. I mean, no, like whichever one is on at the moment is kind of he's just so magnetic. It's kind of hard not to appreciate him in that moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Dell, I would love this. Dell says they should do an Ed Wood set that includes Plan 9 from Outer Space, both in 4K to make sure those strings are crystal clear. Absolutely. Absolutely. Give us the Disney deal, damn it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Let's keep going. Well, Adam was going to say stop making sense.
Stop making sense. That would be mine probably.
I mean, it's the obvious choice, but the reality is, like, I appreciate them all so much.
I'm obsessed with Stop Making Sense. I will literally put that movie on just to have background noise when I'm cleaning, like, and the vibes are high. It's a great movie.
It's the best concert film by far.
Yeah, if anyone's ever seen it and like didn't like it, we're gonna have to chat.
Go away.
Because I'm gonna need to figure out what's going on with you.
All right, continuing on, November 11th, we got 4K releases coming from Kino, and these are all standalone releases. This had been teased as a box set, and then supposedly there's some issues with Universal with the art and then also with a couple of the restorations. So next year they're going to release a couple more of these and then the box set. So no pressure to buy these necessarily because you're going to have a chance to get a box set later. But we've got Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. We've also got Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man, Abbott and Costello Meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy. We've got commentaries on all of these. Not much else, but they will absolutely be releasing the box set next year.
Yeah, I will not be hitting send on these, and I'll probably do the box set if I get it. Because, like, why wouldn't you? You know, I have so many movies to watch until then to keep me busy. It's okay. I'll be patient.
Well, and it'll be cheaper as a box set, too.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Craig is arguing that it is not the best. He says Stop Making Sense is not the best concert film.
I would love to know what.
Craig worships Prince.
Okay.
And so we both literally just went and watched in IMAX, of course, because it just did the big revival that they did of Sign of the Times. And Sign of the Times is his favorite by far.
Okay, I can respect that.
Next, we got some Warner Archive announcements this week. October 14th are when some of these are coming out. Others are coming out later in October, so I will share that then. The first is The Racket, starring Robert Mitchum. And then Elizabeth Scott and Robert Ryan on this one. We've got a brand new 4K scan of the original nitrate camera negative. We've got no extras on this one, I think. Oh, no, there is. There's a commentary by Eddie Muller, which, great stuff. Great stuff. The original trailer is here as well. Another Howard Hughes films. Are you into many of these classics?
I do have some of. Literally while you're presenting this, I was just trying to scratch my brain or which Warner Archive collections I have because I know I have several. I just can't think of which ones I have. I've never seen this one, but I do enjoy getting them. I'm trying to think because I know I literally just bought one like maybe a couple months ago, not realizing it was even a Warner Archive.
I just got in one like last week, I think, and put it away.
Maybe if I just look at my collection, one of them will pop out. I'm like, that one.
Next up from them is one that has been on my watch list for the absolute longest time. And so I'm so glad to be able to get this in HD. October 14th, we're getting Rafferty and the Gold Dust Twins from 1975. This one stars Alan Arkin, Sally Kellerman, and Mackenzie Phillips. And this says, Gunny Rafferty is a lonely ex-Marine adrift in the sea of humanity known as Los Angeles. In the morning, he leaves his rundown apartment and drives his beat-up car to a boring, mind-numbing job. But today is going to be different when Gunny meets two footloose female drifters, Mac and Frisbee, who can cajole him into taking a road trip to New Orleans. Resigning himself to the situation, Rafferty joins forces with this terrible twosome. On the road, their odyssey shifts into high gear as these lovable losers get into comic misadventures after the other. Two of their victims, Charles Martin Smith and and Harry Dean Stanton. Hello, that's the next line. Gets humorously strung by the antics of consummate femme fatale pool hustler Frisbee. Eventually, romance brings Rafferty and Mac together. Even Frisbee's hostile attitude softens as these last souls form a compassionate fondness for each other. Finishing their journey on a bittersweet but hopeful note, director Dick Richards crafted a funny and tender twist on the road movie that celebrates the human spirit. Some love for this one.
I love Alan Arkin. I will be purchasing this one. I didn't even know this was coming out, so I'm glad that, this is teaching me new releases that I needed to know, because I've not seen this movie, but it's also been on like my watch list for, I can't tell you how long. I love Alan Arkin.
He's hilarious. Like, genuinely,
He just-
one of the funniest people. Just standing there talking, I could just listen to him and laugh.
No, literally.
All right, so that's Rafferty and the Gold Dust Twins. Next up is Lovely to Look At from 1952 from Warner Archive on the same date, October 14th. This one, the big name here is Red Skelton. Everybody's favorite Red Skelton. Brand new 4K scans of the original Technicolor camera negatives. Special features on this. We got classic MGM Tom and Jerry cartoon, Dog Trouble, Pete Smith specialty, Have You Ever Wondered, and the original trailer is on it as well. I am not much of a Red Skelton person. However, Zsa Zsa Gabor is in this ever so slightly. So that feels like it's quite old.
1952. Yeah. I haven't seen this one.
No, me neither. Probably one I will not be seeing still, as a matter of fact. This one does sound pretty interesting, actually. This says that A Summer Place is coming out October 14th on Blu-ray, and this is from 1959. And it says Troy Donahue and Sandra Dee stars two young lovers whose relationship catalyzes the end of their parents' marriages during a vacation on a Maine island. A Summer Place. Young, innocent, and in love on an idyllic island, Johnny and Molly face the anger and guilt unleashed by the dissolution of their parents' relationships after Molly's father rekindles an affair he had with Johnny's mother before either was married. Now, can young love survive as Johnny and Molly witness the enmity that has replaced the passion their parents once felt in this classic romance? And this one is going to have a cartoon on here called The Witch's Tangled Hair and the original trailer, and that is it.
I like the artwork. I love the cover.
Very, very classic poster art there.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Dell is saying that after I say Zsa Zsa Gabor's name, I'm supposed to say darling. So there you go, Dell. That was pretty good. Next, October 28th, they are putting out Manhattan Melodrama from 1934. This one with the perfect power couple from that time, William Powell and Myrna Loy. We also got Clark Gable in this, little-known actor. He's probably going to go somewhere with this one. Clark Gable. We've got a brand new 4K scan of the best preservation elements on this one. We've got classic MGM shorts, The Big Idea and Roast Beef and Movies, both in HD, and the original trailer. This one, I might actually check out this one. This one sounds pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, I've not seen it, but it does sound interesting. I wouldn't mind checking it out either.
Clark Gable, classic.
Yeah.
Another Warner Archive. They are announcing so many.
I was about to say, oh my gosh.
Well, and they used to just, like, struggle to put out a couple every month, and now they're like, oh, let me just put out 7.
Right.
No big deal. October 28th, this one is The Mad Miss Manton from 1938. This one starring the amazing Barbara Stanwyck and Henry Fonda. Brand new 4K scans, the original nitrate camera negatives, which is wild that we're getting new 4K scans of nitrate negatives from 1938. We've got classic cartoons, The Penguin Parade and Porky the Gob, both in HD, and then the original trailer. I know we got some Stanwyck fans in the chat. This is one I definitely need to check out. Gosh, I thought that was the last one. This is the last one.
And they just keep coming.
October 28th, Out of the Fog from 1941 with Ida Lupino and John Garfield. Ida Lupino, another goat for sure.
I love that name. It's so fun to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ida Lupino.
Craig loving the 4K nitrate scans. Well, guess what? This is another one. New 4K scan of the original nitrate negatives. 2 classic cartoons on this one, The Heckling Hare and Hollywood Steps Out, both in HD, plus a trailer. Now, that's enough Warner Archive, I think. No, it's not.
Oh, it's an end behind this door.
All right. This, I believe, is the last one. Errol Flynn, who gets a lot of love from Warner Archive lately. 1953's The Master of Belantre is the newest one here. And this one, for special features, we got Bully for Bugs and Plop Goes the Weasel classic cartoons in a trailer. And you know what? I'm skipping right away from that one because that is enough of Warner Archive. November 11th, we are getting one of the daddest of dad movies, 4K Steelbook in the U.S. from Universal of U571 from 2000. If you love submarine movies, this is one for you. Have you seen U571?
I haven't, but I love movies like that, so it looks like I'm going to have to watch it. I'm not even, I see John Bon Jovi's in it. And Bill
John Bon
Paxton. I
Jovi,
love
Bill Paxton,
Paxton.
Matthew McConaughey, and
What a-
Harvey Keitel.
That is a stacked cast.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like I gotta watch that. That would be a movie I'm sure that my dad had probably seen and loved. So
That's kind of a requirement to be a dad.
Yeah,
You
that's
have to have
true.
seen this.
That's
This
true.
did play back in the day on Spike or TNT or one
Colton
of the
said TNT. Yeah, it does look like it
Oh,
seems
there you
like
go.
one of those movies that would be on TV like all the time, but like not in a bad way.
And if you don't like steelbooks, thankfully, they are doing a standard release of this one as well. So you don't have to worry about that just being a steel. But November 11th, you could pick up either one of those. Check it out. This one, it's not a bad movie. Not at all. But
Right.
it's
It's a
quite
fun watch.
not bad, quite dad.
There you go. I actually kind of like the like non-steel. Like I like that slipcover artwork
Yeah.
more than the steelbook.
It's classic. Next, there was a lot of people that didn't trust me and started to doubt that this was going to be getting a release. But on October 7th, we are getting a 4K Steelbook, a standard 4K, a Blu-ray, and a DVD of F1 the movie from this year. So you saw this. What do you think of this?
Oh, I loved this movie. I think I gave it like 4.5 out of 5. It was just to me because I saw an IMAX, which I think like amplified the experience. It was just like the perfect summer blockbuster. I loved it. And I only saw it once though, because I only saw it once in the theater. So I've been waiting for them to announce this because I will be pre-ordering it tonight once we log off. I loved it. Yeah, I thought it was just, it was so much fun. I love racing movies like Ford v Ferrari is like my all-time favorite one. And this kind of was a good one to add to the list.
This is going to do very well for them. This is going to sell like gangbusters. This has a whole bunch of featurettes on here. Not a lot of things that I kind of expected. I feel like this would have been very good to have a commentary on this one because it's so... I don't know. It's so specific to the world of F1. You could have had like 5 different commentaries. You could have had an F1 expert talking about it. You could have had Brad Pitt talk about it. You could have the director talk. Like, there's so much that you could have done for this for commentaries.
I agree. But I will be purchasing this literally today.
Tyler says, "I love race movies like American History X."
Wait, okay, that took me a second to get because until you read it out loud, then it like. Oh, that's so funny. I have not seen American History X.
It's
an intense movie.
It's an intense movie. Yeah, you won't look at Curbs the same ever again.
Oh my god, I actually rewatched it not too long ago, and I was like, oh,
yeah. Here is the standard 4K of F1. You can check it out. This is, again, a pretty big deal. I know a lot of people did not expect this to get a big release, but here we are. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Next up, another one got a big release. And now we get to hear Courtney talk about Marvel again because I'm looking that up from the interview. But October 14th, we are getting a few different releases of Fantastic Four First Steps. So this first one, this is an Amazon exclusive version of the Steelbook. You're getting a magnetic alternate art cover that has the same Steelbook as everywhere else is going to have underneath it. You get all these art cards. You get a little comic with it. You've got... let's see, what is it? 5 collector cards, an issue of the Fantastic Four First Steps comic, and then that variant cover. They've got some deleted scenes, some featurettes in here, a gag reel, and a director's commentary. Then, of course, there's going to be a Walmart exclusive Blu-ray pop-up cover version, and then a standard Blu-ray, and then I'll show the standard 4K in just a moment. But there's also a standard Steelbook that is going to be available widely. There's a lot there.
So many. I can't decide between the first one that you showed and then the pop-up book because like a pop-up book is so fun, but I don't know, I can't decide because I did like the movie a lot, so I would definitely be getting it. But why are they releasing like 5 variants?
Because it's Disney and they like money.
They love money,
and Marvel fans will buy literally all of them to get them all.
That's so true. The first one was, I liked the artwork on it. Like I loved the like vintage, like retro. And then I also loved bless you, Jenny, my dog be sneezing over here. And then I also loved the pop-up one. But I also like that. Like this is a classic. Like I feel like you won't go wrong with whichever one you end up getting.
Yeah. So I mentioned he might be here. Here's Sam's Myth. He's the one that did the art for the Criterion release of House and the Obayashi titles that I was talking about earlier. I already put them away, but I just got to show appreciation for it again. And now I said it somewhere else. Oh, it's right here. Here's School in the Crosshairs. Everybody go check out Sam's Instagram because his artwork is amazing. This is the exclusive one with his art on both sides. Hi, Sam.
Talented.
You're amazing.
Hello, Sam. You're so talented.
We'll talk about the standard 4K in just a moment because I didn't see it at first. But first, How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 2000, the Jim Carrey one, is being issued on 4K Steelbook again. And this one, they're upgrading a little bit. You got Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos being added. And then they also did a 25 years later, The Gift of the Grinch featurette with Ron Howard and the producer Brian Grazer. Are you a How the Grinch Stole Christmas fan?
I am. I probably will be getting this. Yes, I do love this version. It's probably my favorite. Well, minus like the 30-minute animated classic. But yeah, I will be getting this one. I love the artwork on that. I didn't even know that this was happening. So I'm just now, my wallet is just now realizing, hey, we got another one to add to the list.
Yeah. Let's see. And Kim says they're making you spend all your money.
Literally. They don't care.
Not even a little bit. Here is that standard 4K release of Fantastic Four First Steps. Again, not a terrible cover. It's very Marvel. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I like the cream color around the border. I like that a lot. I think that adds a little something to it. I like that definitely a lot more than the Blu-ray one.
It's very retro futuristic like they went for in the film.
For sure. I think they're doing the movie justice with those releases.
I agree.
Scaled it down a little bit with the amount that they put out, but that's okay because that is Disney for you.
Classic. October 14th, we are getting some new Lionsgate Limited titles. First one is Jacob's Ladder from 1990. This is Adrian Lyne film starring Tim Robbins, who Tim Robbins, low key, one of my favorite actors of all time.
I love
pretty
Tim
much everything
Robbins.
He's done is amazing.
Yes, I love him.
Especially Tenacious D.
Yes.
This has Dolby Vision, and then the Lionsgate Limited Extra is the Rungs of Jacob's Ladder, and then they've got some legacy special features in here. Audio commentary by the director, audio commentary by Mike White. We've got Making a Featurette, Building Jacob's Ladder featurette, Prepare the Way, interviewed the screenwriter, some others. Jacob's Ladder, have you seen this one?
I have. I do love this movie, so I probably will be copying it. Yeah, I do. I'm excited about this one. I think I saw this the other day. I saw this announcement, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to get that. What about you? Do you like this movie?
I adore this movie. I don't know if I want this one, and maybe I can bring this up in another tab quick enough. How do you feel about the art on this one?
I will say the art's a little meh, but also I don't know. But I've never owned Jacob's Ladder, so I'm actually really excited to get this. But I think the cover, I think it's okay.
Have you seen the big restoration poster that they're using for this? Because that is what is being used for the UK release of the film. So check this out. This is the UK steelbook that's coming out. That's a 4K, and to me, that is much better. Oh
my god, that is superior. Okay, now especially after seeing that and then the other one, definitely,
yeah.
I like that one.
Dell, I agree fully. I do miss the days when Lionsgate steelbooks were $20 on release day.
The prices are killing us.
Yeah, but
they know we're gonna buy them. That's the problem.
Yeah, so I love the movie. I definitely want one of these. However, they're both especially if you go Lionsgate Limited, you have to pay tax, you have to pay shipping, and so it's quote only $35, which is still expensive. But if you're only buying this now, it's $50 after tax and shipping, because I think shipping is $8 or $10 and then tax as well. So it's expensive. I do appreciate the UK one, but that's $40 from the retailer site. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Barry the Tick is saying, well, it is 4K. I don't know if you remember when the Lionsgate 4K steelbooks were coming out of Best Buy, they were literally coming out at $20, and even a year before they were coming out at $18.99, brand new. Yeah.
Don't remind me.
Could you imagine that? And that was 2021. That wasn't that long ago.
That really isn't. Yeah. What has happened? Well, now Best Buy doesn't even sell physical media, so
online they do again.
They do online again? Is that new?
about 3 weeks ago, they started listing things again. Now, it's not, I don't think it's like shipped and sold by Best Buy. They're like doing one of the, like the distributors are sending it directly if you order from their website. However, you can use like Best Buy gift cards on it again.
Okay.
So
I'll
it's
have
a
to go
plus.
take a look.
Yeah.
But I'm one of my favorite things was going to Best Buy at like around Black Friday when they, have so many of their sales and just going and just browsing. I think the last time I did that was like 2 years ago when they stopped, and it was one of the saddest days.
I don't think I've stepped foot in Best Buy since they stopped selling physical. I have no reason to go.
I have not. I think I did once to get a TV like mount that I had pre-ordered. Like I went and got it. I had to pick it up, but I've never shopped around there since they stopped.
I don't see there being any reason why I would ever go into a Best Buy.
Yeah.
Next up from Lionsgate Limited is a 4K release of Knock Knock from 2015. Now, this is a remake of a film that was released by Grindhouse Releasing just a year or two ago. That is very good, and in fact, probably a little bit better than this one. However, I think this film is overhated. This is directed by Eli Roth, starring Keanu Reeves, starring Ana de Armas, and it's like a black comedy home invasion thriller. And I don't love it, but I think it's a lot better than people give it credit for.
Yeah, I did not hate this. I remember when I think I saw this just scrolling through like the streaming service with one of my friends, and we were like, "Oh, this sounds kind of interesting." And I love Ana de Armas, and obviously love Keanu Reeves, so I was like, "Let's try it." And it really wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, obviously it's not like a masterpiece, but I thought it was a good time. Probably not one I'd buy, like physical copy, but I do.
You don't want to spend $30 on a paper cardboard digipack of this?
I do love a good digipack. But yeah, I do think this was it was a good film to me. Like, it was enjoyable. So it wasn't one that I was like, oh, we'll never watch it again, but I probably won't buy it.
Yeah, I don't hate this. I wouldn't mind owning this. I'm certainly not paying full price for Knock Knock on 4K in a digipack. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
This has some genuine, decent-looking extras. They've got new special features. The Art of Seduction, looking back on Knock Knock. We've got an establishing shot with Eli Roth doing a new piece. And then we've got a brand new theatrical trailer. And then some legacy features. We got audio commentary with the director and actor and producer co-writer and another actor producer. We've got The Art of Destruction, the making of Knock Knock, deleted scenes in a stills gallery. The art on this one isn't terrible. The picture quality for some reason is looking kind of rough on YouTube right now, it looks like. But it's not bad, I would say. It looks pretty decent.
Yeah, it's not a bad release.
And then a Blu-ray of a title that people have been begging for genuinely for quite some time. We got a Blu-ray release of Hider in the House from 1989. This is creep Gary Busey, really leveled up to at least 11, as Spinal Tap would say. This one also stars Michael McKean, as Spinal Tap would say. And included in this one, which is number 35 in the Vestron video series, we do have some brand new commentary or brand new special features, which is really odd because they labeled them as legacy special features, but these are new. I did confirm that. We got an audio commentary with the director Matthew Patrick and Michael Felsher. We've got a screenplay of Hider in the House. There is a music piece for Hider in the House, and then the production of Hider in the House featurette. Stills Gallery theatrical trailer. I have never seen this. However, I do feel finally like we are getting an actual Vestron with the capital V Vestron release for the first time in a while. Obviously, Ghoulies 3 kind of fits, but this one was released by Vestron back in the day, and it makes the most sense of what they've done. So I like to see this coming out.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I've not seen this movie either, but I only have a few Vestron titles, but they definitely like always pique my interest when I like see them because they're always very interesting movies.
I do wish we went back again. Sorry, Lionsgate, not to lambast you over everything, but this is $25. And just a year and a half ago, brand new Vestrons were coming out for like $12, and you could pick them up in Walmart and pay tax, obviously, but no shipping. So this $25 release is now going to be, what, $37 to ship to you? When a brand new one from Walmart would have been like $14.30.
Gosh, it's so depressing.
Yeah.
The good old days.
Yeah, the good old days of 18 months ago. Sivner says, random question, where's Mill Creek? They are still only doing Ultraman releases, funny enough. Wow. CGV TV. I always miss that V. Sorry. Busey was sentenced to 2 years probation today for his bad behavior. Had not heard that. Good luck to Gary Busey. Random story
Wow.
that I forgot about. A friend of mine went to, I think it was Santa Monica with his parents in like 2009, I think it was. And he came back and he was showing me pictures from just hanging out on the beach. And we looked, and in the background of one of the pictures, there was like the beach wall that goes along everything. It's right next to the boardwalk, the little sidewalk everybody's walking on. It's not even like a big wall. It's like 3 feet, but it goes like 50 feet length at a time. And we're scrolling through these pictures, and just randomly sitting on the beach in the background of one of the photos, Gary Busey just hanging out on the wall, just chilling, looking disheveled, like he just woke up from a binge overnight. And there he is, just sitting on the wall. Random as hell. November 11th, we are getting a 4K release from Warner Brothers of Ted Lasso: The Richmond Way. Now, this is odd to me for very many reasons. One, they just released the Blu-ray for this like 2.5 months
last
ago?
year. No, it was like, it was at the end of 2024, I think, because I bought it and I was so excited. And then I saw this and I was like, are you joking?
Yeah. And
what do you mean?
It's rough because it was a long time ago that this came out. Actually, the Blu-ray came out July 30th of last year. Man, my 2.5 months is 2.5 months plus a year.
I knew it was sometime last year. I thought it was near the end of it. I think I got it around Thanksgiving or something. I don't know.
So yeah, they just released the Blu-ray a little over a year ago. And to be fair, everybody that bought the Blu-ray probably made this possible. They probably would not have done a 4K if a lot of people had not bought the Blu-ray. But the other weird thing, they're literally filming season 4 right this moment.
Yeah, why are we not waiting? Like that. Yeah. That would make the logical be like, okay, we're re-releasing in 4K, but let's wait until the new season.
Yeah.
Because then people would I would buy that. Like, I'm not gonna go and buy this because also, what are they gonna do when they do have the new season? Are they just gonna do a separate like 4K for that, or are they gonna do a whole nother set?
The Richmond Way plus one.
Yeah. I will not be buying this one. I'm good with my Blu-ray for this, and
This is another Ryan confession. I've still not even seen 5 minutes of Ted Lasso. The only thing I've seen is like reaction gifs from everybody.
Oh, it's such a great feel-good show. Like, that's one I'm honestly going to be rewatching it soon, just to
Nice,
because it's a good feel-good one. You kind of need good feel-good things.
So I don't want to be extra proud of my chat, but before I reveal the next announcement, I do want to say that last week we had a long discussion on AI cover art and how bad it is when it happens, how egregious it is, how boring it is, and also how really on the nose it is. So like last year we got the Blazing Saddles 4K and there was a picture of a saddle on fire. That's the dumbest thing in the world. Has nothing to do with the movie. And somebody said, watch, when they finally reveal the artwork for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, it's going to be like a bird flying over Jack Nicholson in a cage or something like that. And we got the art this week. It is literally Jack Nicholson standing in a cage. This looks likely AI. And then the other thing, like I said, for some reason, it's like kind of pixelated tonight. This is absolutely not even Jack Nicholson.
No.
If you zoom in on the art for this, it is so not Jack Nicholson that it is embarrassing.
That is
this
so
is
bad.
one of the worst pieces of artwork I've seen all year by a long shot.
This is my first time seeing it, and I'm like, that's crazy. What? Especially for like a movie like this. Why would we? What are we doing here?
Right.
Someone said that's Nicholson's stand.
It's so perfect. So we did get some details for this. This is coming on November 11th. It is getting a 4K Steelbook and standard. No new special features. In fact, it even deletes the audio commentary that was on the previous release. So you're even getting less extras on the 4K release. But there's also a little more. Like, if this is bad and you're like, wow, I don't know how they could do much worse than this. Why did they do this on the Steelbook? Let's take a look at the standard art, which tonally, oh my God, does this not look good for this film?
No. Oh my God. Okay, so I was literally my next question. It was like, oh, maybe the standard art will be better. What is this? What? Oh my. Like, I was so excited when I saw this was getting a 4K release. That is hilarious. The bird.
But literally
I
last
love that.
week on the show, we said, watch, it'll be Nicholson in a birdcage. And like 4 days later, it's Nicholson in a birdcage.
That is insane. That makes me so sad and mad and disgusted.
Yeah, this is...
What are we doing here? Especially with a movie like this. You know what I mean? Like this classic of like I don't know. I like did a whole research paper on this movie in high school for my psychology class. Like I was obsessed with this movie in high school. And it was a good topic. I don't even remember what the paper was on, but I had to watch it so many times for this paper.
Yeah.
And I'm just, here we are. This is sad.
Everybody on here just completely lambasting it.
Like, did they not have like a sample audience that they're like, hey, what do we think about this? Because if they did, no one would want this.
I have been told one of the reasons that the studios are not using the original cover art, and this is by somebody who works with stuff like this from one of the studios, is that they are wanting them to appeal to a younger audience. So they think like this is going to get like the TikTok generation.
No,
this isn't appealing to anybody.
Actually, this is doing the opposite to anybody.
Hey, Connor is totally right. He says it looks like a straight to streaming serial killer thriller. and the serial killer, of course, is Nurse Ratched. Watch the fuck up.
No, literally.
Oh man. Yeah, that is not great.
No.
A younger audience who knows nothing about the movie.
No, that is so bad.
Oh, Cloud is saying, have we done a topic on the ugliest releases ever? We have not. Yeah, it's one that we've considered, but I don't know. It's never fun to like bitch about things for the whole episode, though. That's the hard part. All right, that is the crappy cover art of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Next, December 9th, we are getting a 4K Steelbook release of Minority Report. One that I got to be honest, I'm kind of surprised did not have a 4K release already. This is one that I would have expected, especially in like 2022. It would have been nice to have a 20-year anniversary release, but it's coming. We are going to have Dolby Vision on this. We are not going to have Dolby Atmos, which if you've seen Minority Report, this movie kind of begs for Dolby Atmos. So the fact that it's missing, I bet a lot of people are not going to be happy with that. No new special features on this one, but it's a classic, obviously. Are you a Spielberg or Minority Report fan?
Oh, yeah, I'm a huge Spielberg fan, and I do love Minority Report. I'm just trying to decide, like, if I want to, because I have the Blu-ray, I'm trying to decide if I want to upgrade or not. Because since there are so many good things coming out, I do have a chopping block that I'm like, do I need this? Like, so, but I do love this movie in Spielberg, yeah.
The Steelbook, of course, probably going to be limited, although not as limited because it's Paramount. They usually print a lot more. However, you should be able to get it for a long time in this standard release of Minority Report. So don't worry about that. This will be along on digital shelves, at least for quite some time, I bet.
Yeah.
On that same day, they're releasing another Spielberg from the same year, Catch Me If You Can, also coming out on 4K Steelbook. I adore this movie.
Same. I love this movie so much. So I will be getting this.
Geez. Carrie Mulligan says, Minority Report released the same day as the animated Lilo and Stitch and Joanna Man. That is a wild release date. That is a crazy triple feature.
That is. Huh.
Catch Me If You Can, also coming out as a standard that exact same day. Both of these look pretty decent. I can't complain about the art here on either of these movies.
Nope, same. I'll definitely be getting that Steelbook. For sure.
This one we're going to talk about in just a minute, so I'm going to skip over that. Cohen Media Group, who is a partner label of Kino Lorber, they are releasing a 4K release of Howard's End from 1992. This is the Emma Thompson, Anthony Hopkins, and Vanessa Redgrave film. And instead of calling themselves Cohen Media Group, they're listing this as the Cohen Film Collection suddenly. This is not one that we have seen them do on the artwork like this, so maybe they're going to be doing this on their 4K releases moving forward. But this is one of the big Merchant Ivory titles people love. And this one has some special features on here. I don't know if these are archival because this has been released multiple times before. But we've got an audio commentary by Wade Major and Lael Lowenstein. And then there is a Blu-ray disc that has just all kinds of extras on here. Returning to Howard's End, there is a conversation with Lawrence Kardish, interview with James Ivory and Vanessa Redgrave, Q&A with James Ivory, 1992 behind the scenes, whole bunch of other archival extras. And yeah, no giant ugly C on the cover, thankfully. We get full release cover art. That is a great thing to see. Next up, the first mention of Nazis on tonight's show. November 18th, a Blu-ray release of the documentary Riefenstahl from 2024. Filmmaker and Nazi propagandist Leni Riefenstahl is considered one of the most controversial women of the 20th century. You think? Her films Triumph of the Will and Olympia are defined by their fascist aesthetics, perfectly staged body worship, and the celebration of all that is, quote, superior and victorious. And this is a documentary about Leni Riefenstahl. And this has trailers, and that is it on here. Yeah, one that I have wanted to see, supposedly pretty damn good.
Yeah, I haven't even heard of that one.
Yeah, lots of good comments on the chat, though. Next, a controversial one this week as well. There is a 4K release coming in Australia from Imprint on November 26th of Jackie Brown. Now, why is this controversial? Because there's no new extras on this, except I guess there's a booklet with a new essay, but no new extras on the disc. And this thing in US dollars is $60 plus Australian shipping.
I say as I'm looking at my Jackie Brown 4K steelbook that came out like last year.
And it's the same thing. You don't have to worry. You got everything that's on the disc, so you're good.
Yeah. Well, I just don't understand what the reason. I mean, obviously money. But
That's it.
Can we not do movies that have not received these treatments? I guess people will buy this if they maybe the ones that didn't get the Lionsgate and standard 4K slip. Then
well, and here's where it gets really hard because obviously this is for an Australian audience, and Australia had not had the 4K release before, so this is ooh, we can get it in Australia, but it's still cheaper. It's still cheaper to import from the US than to buy this in Australia.
Interesting.
I mean,
it's Paul will be getting it.
You can get the 4K release from Lionsgate from Amazon right now for $18.
Right.
Crazy. Anyways, love you, Imprint, but good God, those prices. Next, we got a 4K collector's edition coming in Australia from Umbrella of Memento from 2000. Courtney is very happy with that one.
I love this movie.
It's a great movie. Great movie. Yes, there is a big box on it, and that doesn't make it very special. Sibner saying, this coming from the person who defends the Halloween jack-o'-lantern. I didn't quite defend it. I mentioned why it might be worth the price and why I sold my stuff and I'm getting it. So, yeah. Next up. Another controversial one. Okay, here's where a lot of people are about to spew some hatred, because I think a lot of people hate the art on this. October. We are finally getting the long-rumored 4K box set of Ty West's X trilogy from A24. Now, this is a 3-disc set, just the 4K discs of all 3 films. We've got one of their tall art box releases, and I got to be honest, the inside art looks pretty good. I don't love the front cover necessarily, but this doesn't look terrible, in my opinion. I like the way they're stylizing some of it to go together. It's got a 64-page booklet with a new essay by John Derringer, unreleased concept art, costume sketches, behind-the-scenes photography, original poster, and VHS artwork. And then there's also 90 minutes of making of featurettes and new commentaries for all 3 movies, which is cool. However, I think the big thing here, just like the Imprint set that we just talked about, I think this is vastly overpriced. This thing is $100 for these 3 films that have already had releases. Yes, they've not all had 4K releases here in the US, but they've all had releases. And $100 is a lot for 3 discs.
Yeah. I was hoping you would say a 2-digit number because I do love this trilogy. And
Tell you what, I'll sell it to you for $99.
Like I already own all 3 of these, but I only have one of them in 4K. I only have Maxine in 4K. I have the other 2 Blu-ray. So I'm like tempted, but I agree with a lot of people in the chat. Like this artwork is, I do like what you said. I love the inside artwork, but this like cover, I don't know.
It's like the Mia Goth trilogy.
No, literally, I'm conflicted because the art is not good, but I only have one of the 4Ks.
Right.
I don't know. Is it worth it? Like, would it be worth it to? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I didn't even know this was coming out. So
let me change your mind real quick because
I'm processing in real time.
Well, I'm gonna make it much more difficult for you. Well, probably not. I'm probably gonna make it much easier. KB is saying, "Can I justify it for 65?" And I think that's going to be an option because there are long rumbling rumors that this is also coming soon from Second Sight.
Oh, I would pick Second Sight over anything. They're like favorite company. Right. So I'm going to be patient then and patiently wait.
The big thing is if you don't see this come from Second Sight in the next, say, 8 months, and you're like, oh, I have to have those in 4K, A24 is still going to have them. This is not going out of print from them anytime soon. So if you can wait, you'll probably be able to get a little bit of a sale. And they do have a sale every like Black Friday-ish where it's like 30% off. So you might even be able to get it for $70, which that's a lot more feasible. However, a Second Sight box set of all 3 of these is going to be incredible.
That will be the quickest thing I've ever bought. Because I do love this trilogy. I remember seeing X for the first time though and being like, what the heck did I just watch? Like that was crazy. And then it just kind of, it grows on you. So again, I will wait.
I don't necessarily understand this packaging either. They've not done these weird like plastic cases around any of the art sets like they are for this one. I don't know that that's super necessary, but I don't know. Again, the inside looks decent, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
Speaking of films that have been released far too many times, November 11th, Kino Lorber is putting out Frightmare from 1974 on Blu-ray. This is going to be number 40 in their Kino Cult line. And with all of the new extras, how are you going to contain yourself? There are no new extras. That's the joke. This has been released to death many, many, many times. If you don't have Frightmare yet, which is a Pete Walker film, sure, it'll probably be a decent pickup for you, and you can probably get it for like $15. That's great. But also, most people have seen that this has been released like 9 times in the past.
I was going to say I've not even seen this movie, but I've seen this movie being released so many times.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Question mark. One that I'd not heard of, but I'm actually quite interested in watching, and I really want to see it this Christmas season, is last year's release of The Best Christmas Pageant Ever is coming out on October 28th from Lionsgate, only on Blu-ray, not on 4K. But I actually really like the release strategy of putting something out for Christmas in theaters and then waiting until the following holiday season to finally release it on physical media. Give everybody that chance to be like, oh, I need to see it on disc, and now here it comes. We've got a Dolby Atmos audio track on this, which kind of surprised me. Audio commentary with the director and the producer. We got some featurettes, some bloopers, deleted scenes. This one stars Pete Holmes and Judy Greer, 2 people that I think can be pretty damn funny. But I've never seen this. I'd never even heard of it.
Yeah, I saw this last year in the theater, and I actually really liked it. I had no expectations really going into it, but I was like very pleasantly surprised with this one. And I love Judy Greer. Like, I love her so much, and I think she did such a good job. So this is one, and it's funny actually, because seeing this, I remember thinking about this movie like a couple months ago and being like, is this ever going to get a physical release? Because it would be one I would get to watch around the holidays. And then, so now I'm like, perfect. So I'll definitely be getting this one. It's just a fun holiday, like heartwarming watch. Judy Greer is a national treasure. So I think she killed it in this movie.
Funny enough, somebody just said Judy Greer is a national treasure.
Oh no, that's why I was reading that. I saw that and I was like, yeah, agreeing. Like, yes.
Yes, just like Ernest Saves Christmas had to wait another entire year to get that on VHS back in the day. Exactly. We mentioned Judy Greer, and we had talked about it earlier, but I will say right now, I'm excited for you to see her in The Long Walk. She's not in it much, but her scenes, very affecting. Like, some of the most affecting in the whole film. She was great in it.
I cannot wait. actually didn't. Guess I didn't even remember she was in it, so that makes me more excited to see it.
I think in the trailer there was like a quick glimpse of her, and she's not even super recognizable, but she does great.
I also avoided most trailers for The Long Walk. I wanted to try to go into it as like blind as possible, so that's also probably why I was like, didn't realize she was in it. It
is quite good. She's great. This year we got a release of Honey Don't in the theaters, and I was worried it wouldn't get a Blu-ray release, but here it is, October 3rd, getting a Blue from Universal. Honey Don't with Margaret Qualley and Aubrey Plaza. How did you feel about this one? Did you get to see it?
I haven't seen it yet, which you'd be surprised. You would think I would have already seen it because it was on my list, but I didn't get a chance to see it when it was in theaters. So this will be one I will be buying because I love Aubrey Plaza so much, and so I will literally get it solely for her. I'm so sad I did not see it in theaters, but I will be getting this because it was like an anticipated release for me. I just hadn't made it to the theater. This was very divisive.
I quite enjoyed this one. A lot of people hate this just because it's like gay in nature. I mean, I just posting this, I got all kinds of hate comments on Facebook. It was ridiculous.
Really? See, being a gay person, I was like, yay! So it's like, but people do always come out with the hate comments.
Of course. Sivner is saying, since this is Universal, there will be a 4K in 6 months. And I will tell you now, no, there won't be. Universal will not spend more money on this film. I guarantee there will not be a 4K of this from Universal in 6 months at all.
That's okay.
Good movie. I
like that cover. I like the cover, though. I like the coloring and everything.
It fits the movie pretty well, too.
Yeah.
Our second mention of Nazis for the night. November 25th, we got a 4K release of Kino Lorber releasing Ilsa, Harem Keeper of Oil Sheiks from 1976. This is the second of the Ilsa films that they have released on 4K. And yes, they are releasing all four of them. They are all going to be released all individually on 4K. And then next year, they're going to be releasing all of them again as a box set, like we were talking about with the Abbott and Costello films. This one, we got an audio commentary with the actress Diane Thorne, the director Don Edmonds, and the actor Howard Moorer, moderated by the humorist Martin Lewis. We got an audio commentary by Kat Ellinger and Eugenie Mlodek. We've got a interview with Don Edmonds, part 2 by Elijah Drenner, and some alternate, less explicit footage of this one. But we've got a long-awaited release of this coming finally for everybody.
I have not seen it, so I'm excited.
Most people have not.
For those that have been waiting for it.
Yeah.
Also,
next up,
asked my favorite Christmas movie, and I'm going to say Die Hard. And I don't care if anyone does not think that is a Christmas movie, but that would be mine.
Mine is The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Love that. I love that. My generic answer would be like It's a Wonderful Life or Home Alone 2, but like Die Hard will forever reign supreme for me.
Yeah.
And I will fight anyone that is a Christmas movie. I don't care. I don't care. I watch it every year, Christmas.
Nice. So next from Kino, we've got another one of these weird box set and single release things to talk about. So these, thankfully, all coming on the same day. November 18th, we're getting a 4K release of Enter the Ninja from 1981, Revenge of the Ninja from 1983, and Ninja 3, The Domination from 1984. But, however, if you're excited about all those, you say, well, why would I want 3 different releases? Guess what? You can buy them all in a box set on the exact same day. It's nice that they're doing it on the same day. All the extras are the same. All the discs are the same. Nice way to pick them all up. However, not many new features. In fact, I don't think there's any on any of them. Maybe I should confirm that. I know there's none on part 3. On the second one, nothing new. Nothing new on any of them, I don't believe, because they have released these previously, recently. So yeah, nothing new. Are you a silly ninja movie type of person? Probably not.
Not really. The first one I think of is New York Ninja, which I do have from Vinegar Syndrome, and is a fun time. That's like the only one I can't think of at the top of my head. But
if you're into that, you might actually like these. Funny enough.
Okay, well then maybe I will check them out.
Let's take a trip back for the next couple of releases. November 18th, Milestone Films is going to be putting out Grass and Chang from 1925 and 1927. This says in 1924, filmmakers Marion C. Cooper and Ernest B. Schudsack linked up with a journalist and part-time spy, Marguerite Harrison, to film adventure, danger, and unparalleled drama in the treacherous migration of the Bakhtiari tribe of Persia. Grass, a nation's battle for life, features unforgettable tableaus of courage and determination as the Bakhtiari brave the raging Karun River. This new 4K restoration will astonish audiences with its beautiful photography and heart-stopping adventure. Grass is a timeless tale of survival from a legendary filmmaking trio. And we've also got Chang, a drama of the wilderness here as well. 4K restoration of Grass and 4K scans, a lone surviving but incomplete 35mm tinted and toned nitrate print were provided by the Library of Congress. A lot of work went into this. This looks pretty damn rad. Jim is saying it's a must-buy. Brian says, I've seen Grass, which is actually kind of cool. I need to check these out. Are you into much of the silent era film at all?
Not really, but I'm not open to them. I just haven't watched that many, but I definitely will be open to watching them for sure. This one sounds interesting.
Well, we've got one more release from the silent era to talk about, and that is November 11th, Flickr Alley doing a Blu-ray of Laurel and Hardy Year 3, the newly restored 1929 silence. This will include Liberty, Wrong Again, That's My Wife, Big Business, Unaccustomed as We Are, Double Whoopee, Birthmarks, Bacon Grabbers, and Agnora Love. Lots of extras on here. We got commentaries. We've got other fully restored shorts. We've got lots of context for these films, but it's Laurel and Hardy. Most people have seen at least a little bit from these guys and love it. So check it out. The only thing I'll say, Flickr Alley, slightly on the expensive side when they put these out. This is probably going to be $35-$40. And then when it goes on sale, it's $28. And so the sale feels kind of but either way, it's worth it. It's Laurel and Hardy. Hard to argue with them.
I have not seen those either, but I might have to check them out.
Jim says an even bigger must buy. Sorry to make you spend money there, Jim. One that I have a feeling Courtney would probably be into is this release, which is The Man with the Black Umbrella. This is a brand new 2025 film, and you can order this now from thefearfootage.com. And the synopsis for this is, on January 8th, 2015, a man with a black umbrella broke into 818 Hilltop Drive at 3:38 a.m., committing a double murder. The investigation that ensued proved that some murders shouldn't be solved. This was limited to, I think it was 300. And when I posted this morning, it was already down to 60. And I'm checking now to see if there are any more of this, because I want this to be as accurate as possible. I apologize. But for those that have never heard of it, this is put out by the people that did the Fear Footage 1, 2, and 3. And those are... Oh, wow. If you're into the indie horror, I'm sorry to everybody. There are 5 left of this. I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to induce FOMO, but if you're into this, I have a feeling this will sell out in the next 2 hours. So you might want to go grab it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The Fear Footage is brand new found footage releases, and they always release these in really unique ways. One of these came in an evidence bag when they released it. One of them came in a manila envelope that was literally hand burned on the edge of it and had crime scene photos and stuff from inside. Sibner wants to know how much. It is $30 plus shipping on their site. It ends up being $36, something like that. It's very indie horror, but it's actually well made and pretty decently acted. I've not seen this one, but I've seen the previous 3 Fear Footage films. I followed these guys for a long time. I was so stoked to hear they were doing this. Indie horror. Do you follow much of the indie horror scene?
I do, but I had not even heard of this one. And now that you say that, I'm very intrigued. I can't believe there's only 5 left.
Literally 5 left at the time of looking right now. And I think it was limited to 300. Did I write that in here? I can't remember. And of course it doesn't say on the site. I read it on their Facebook post earlier. All right. We've got very few announcements left to cover. In fact, there's only one, and it's not even one that I normally would have posted. However, it's one that you'll recognize because I'm involved in it. January 21st, there's a 4K Steelbook and a 4K Media Book coming over in Germany of the Toxic Avenger from 2023. This is the brand new film that was just in theaters, and they got our extra of Toxic Shock with Tiffany Shepis is on this release. So we're going to be on this German release. Stoked that we get to be a part of this one.
That's awesome.
I love this movie. Did you see the new one?
I haven't yet. No, I have not. It's on my list though.
It's a weird one. I love this silly little movie.
But no, that's so exciting being on the extras. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
It's so cool.
All right. Now we cover what is coming out next week in case people forgot. And this is like the first of the huge weeks of the rest of the year. And that pretty much every week is going to be pretty massive. So next week, we got the Night of the Living Dead remake from 1990 coming out on 4K Steelbook with the original, like their original vision finally put in place, which is really cool. The Sound of Music coming out on 4K. Criterion releasing Flow from last year on 4K. Superman 4K, like I talked about earlier, 28 years later on 4K. That, of course, has the Steelbook and the Standard and Blu-ray and all that stuff. You mentioned Corpse Bride getting its 4K Steelbook next week. Airplane 2 on 4K from Kino. Peking Opera Blues on 4K from Shout Factory. The Cat, which is already sold out. That is technically releasing next week. We got The Last of Us, the complete season 2 on 4K. Megan 2.0. Did you see Megan? What do you think of that one?
I haven't seen 2.0 yet, but I enjoyed the first one. Like, I loved the campiness of it, and I loved how they leaned into the campiness of the second one. So I definitely will. I'll probably get this one, and I just missed out on it in theaters.
Makes sense. Criterion's release of Read My Lips on 4K is next week as well. The standard James Bond releases that everybody hates the cover art, which I totally get. It is kind of boring. Those are all coming out next week. We got The Beat That My Heart Skips from Criterion next week as well. Chucky, the complete series, which supposedly is done. However, Don Mancini says he's working on something to continue it eventually. The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas coming out on Blu-ray from Kino again in another version. This has been released many times. Aztec Batman Clash of Empires coming on 4K from DC. The big thing, Sledgehammer, Arbor Day, and Invader are all shipping from TerraVision now, especially if you're a subscriber. Those have started shipping for sure. Ghost Killer is coming out next week, one that I've heard is pretty great. That's getting a 4K. Misericordia from Janus Contemporaries or Criterion Premieres, whatever the new line is called. That one is coming out next week. Watch the Skies, the film that used AI to match the actors' lips to their own voice somehow. I still don't fully understand it. Getting its release next week. Beetlejuice 4K coming out in another 4K Steelbook already. The Home coming on Blu-ray from Lionsgate. 40 Acres. I'll recommend that one. Saw that in theaters this year, but that was a pretty decent movie. Cohen putting out Unicorns next week, and that is the bulk of it, unless you really wanted to order Law and Order SVU Season 26.
They need to release a full series of Law and Order SVU. That's me and my mom's like show. We watch it every time I go visit her at home, like in my hometown. I'm obsessed with that show. So we're gonna need a big set.
Yeah, we had talked about that last week. I really wish they would, but sadly, I highly doubt that they're going to be able to put in that much money because, oh my God, the size of that set would be unbearable.
I know, but I would pay. I would pay though.
See, I even if they like had to break it up, I would love like give us sections of 5 seasons and do Law and Order SVU Volume 1, and it's seasons 1 through 5, and then
that's what I'm saying.
Going.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, we are now into the discussion portion. Almost exactly 2 hours into this is perfect timing. We are going to cover our favorite sequels that are horror remakes from the 2000s. So why this topic? Why is this one that you love?
Yeah, so 2000s horror was kind of like I was saying earlier is what got me into the horror like genre because being born in 95. I mean, I was like in like 6 to 13 through all of the 2000s, and so it whenever me and my friends would go to Blockbuster and rent something, it was like usually like the newest the Friday the 13th remake. It was like 2006. I was like 11, and so these are just the kind of movies that were a big part of my childhood. And I did see a lot of the remakes before I saw the OGs, which as a movie lover, like I do still love the OGs and have seen them and love them. But the 2000s horror remakes will always hold a special place in my heart. And I do think some of the remakes are better than the originals. Hot take, but you'll see in my list. But yeah, so that 2000s horror in general, apart from just the remakes, is my favorite genre of horror, just because that's what I grew up on. So it's just nostalgic for me. But I think they all slap. So I love them.
Interesting. Better than the originals. I think two of mine, I would say are better than the originals. I had, for some reason, I not even considered that we get to like piss some people off probably by saying.
Oh yeah, I'm sure my takes will. It's okay. It's all love. That's what's great about movies.
Exactly. And after we do our top fives, then we'll go over some honorable mentions and discuss it all in general. And most of these, we're going to try to steer away from major spoilers, but also they're remakes. I have a feeling most of them, you're probably going to know the general story. So if it's like major plot points that are in the zeitgeist, we might spoil them. I'm sorry. Either way, I'm going to say, since these are our favorites, we're going to recommend all these. So check them out if you haven't seen them. But let's get into it. What is your number 5?
My number 5, I'm going to have to go with Sorority Row.
Good pick.
I think it's such an underrated movie. Like, I feel like it never gets talked about as like one of those forgotten 2000s remakes. Yeah. But I remember the first time I watched it and I was just like, oh my God. Like, I've seen this movie so many times. Like, anytime, I'd be with certain friends, I'd be like, can we watch Sorority Row? And they're like, again? But yeah. So I have to go with this. Like, the whole tire iron thing. Like, I did not look at a tire iron the same way for like ever after I saw this movie. Anytime I'd see a tire iron, I'd just be like, oh my God, Sorority Row.
So tell us about this one and why you love it.
I just think so. It takes place in a sorority house. They're trying to play a prank, like a pledge prank that goes wrong. And this is not a spoiler, but the person does end up dying. And so then like years later, someone comes back to basically like seek revenge on the people that partook in the prank, because they didn't tell anybody about it and basically like dumped her body like down a well. Yeah. I think and so yeah, I think it's just like a lot of fun. And I remember, because I wasn't in college, I was like, I think this came out in 2009. So I was like a freshman in high school, and I just remember like being like, man, college, like this, I don't know. So it was just a lot of fun, and like the twist of, who's the killer and stuff. And I loved all of the cast. I just thought they were all very attractive people. So that was helpful. As a very closeted person in my life, when I watched like horror movies, I was always looking at the ladies and not the men, but this was one of those for me. I love this movie.
It's a great pick.
I prefer it over the original for sure.
I think many would, actually, especially if you had not seen the original in quite some time. I have a feeling even nostalgia doesn't really drive a lot of love for that original. It's still fun, believe me. It's not bad necessarily, but this one specifically is overlooked a lot.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I like, when I was kind of going through which ones would be my top 5 for this, that was literally the first one I picked. I knew it wasn't like my number 1, but I was like, I have to have this in here.
Well, here we are. I think I know what your number 1 is, and thankfully, this one is not on my list. And if I'm right about your number 1, that one's also not on my list. So I'm glad that we're going to be not a whole bunch of crossover. I hope some of these are not on your list. My number 5 is one that I think is a bit of a hot take, because it is, I'll still say, it's my favorite from the entire franchise, and that is 2013's Evil Dead.
Yes.
I love this franchise. I've been to Evil Dead the musical multiple times. I have seen all of the movies many, many times. Love the first one. Love Evil Dead 2. Love Army of Darkness. I'm coming around to Evil Dead Rise more and more. When I saw it, it was like by far the worst in the franchise for me. It's gotten better after I watched it again, but even then, none of them are bad. This is a franchise where all 5 are pretty damn good. But my favorite in the Evil Dead franchise is Evil Dead 2013. This movie is brutal. This movie is fun. This movie is well acted. It's got like very interesting characters. I think it is, and Sib, yes, we're just talking everything post 2000. It's not just from 2000 to 2009. Any remake after 2000 is fine. Evil Dead is remarkable. I mean, it literally rains blood in one scene in this film. Like, I had to love the scene with the tongue scene with Jane Levy is crazy. There is the hand, like there's so much that happens in this movie that I walked away from this movie going, good God, I am not going to forget that scene in a long time. And it's not even just like, oh, blood and torture, I like gore. Like, the whole movie is just fun, and it was relevant. Like, a lot of the build up to it, it's a lot. I don't know. It's a lot more meaningful and human than just a whole bunch of people hanging out in a cabin and things go fucky. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I really liked this movie so much.
No, I agree. That was one of my honorable mentions. That's why I got excited.
Nice.
Because I only left it as an honorable mention because I only did like 2000 to 2010. Because honestly, if I had gone over 2010, I would not been able to have I would have had 10 things on my list. But that was definitely one of my honorable mentions. So that makes me happy. That was one of yours.
Let me see. I thankfully I only have one more, and it's the other one is 2010, I believe. So not too far off.
No.
All right. What's your number 4 then?
All right, my number 4, and this is going to be my brand new 4K from Arrow, is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 remake. This is a very hot take of mine, but I think I love this one more than the original. And I know that's a hot take. I actually posted that on TikTok a while ago, and people were pressed. But some people were in agreement. We're in agreement. They were like my friend Kim, who's in here. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not her cup of tea. I love her watching her videos, ranting about the original. But I respect the original, and I like the original. But this one will always be superior to me, and I'm sorry. 2003, you have Jessica Alba, and I think too, it's just scarier.
Speaking of hot take,
it's what I'm saying. But it's just scarier to me. I know the original is the OG, but this one is just, I don't know. It's just meaner and I don't know.
I like this comment. Zombie says it is definitely peak Arlie Ermy. I mean, he's great in it, but that's pretty funny.
One and done on the show. Impressive. Yeah, guys, it was fun while it lasted. We've had a good run. Well, I have another one. I have another take that y'all are probably gonna, I'll be like, okay, end early.
Uh-oh. I love this movie. I think it's very good. I do think the first one is far and away a better film. However, this movie is still great. I mean, Jessica and both of her Beals are so good in this movie. Everybody that is giving it their all, it's a little, I don't know. I know a lot of people hate Franklin in the first movie, so that's one of the reasons why they like this movie a lot sometimes. Yeah. But I don't know. Just the characters in this movie are really well done, and obviously it's a lot meaner. I know a lot of people think about Texas Chainsaw Massacre and think that it's gory, but that first movie specifically, there's not a lot happening on screen. It's all tension.
Exactly.
All tension.
Which I think is great. It's an art, and it's an excellent movie, but yeah. I do still have to pick this one over that one. That's one of my horror hot takes.
That's a good pick. It's a good pick. My next one is my 2010. So everything after this will be all 2000 to 2009. This one, I still don't think enough people have seen this one. And that is Timothy Olyphant in The Crazies, the remake of the George A. Romero film. Romero's film is... I don't know if this is off kilter to say. I don't think his movie is that good. I don't think the original Crazies is much of a movie. I think this is actually the perfect scenario to remake a film because it had a great idea and the execution just was not it wasn't there. I really think The Crazies is what it could have been, and I have been a Timothy Olyphant. Does that work? I've loved Timothy Olyphant in pretty much everything. I think he's incredible and Justified. He is just a remarkable actor, and he is so great in The Crazies. This movie is, I don't know, it's after living through a pandemic, there's a lot about this movie that you can go, oh, yikes, people actually do kind of go a little crazy in situations like this. I truly love this movie. Again, I don't think enough people have seen it because the marketing for this sucked. A lot of people didn't even know this exists, but also, to be fair, a lot of people don't even know the original Crazies exists.
Right.
It's just one of those things that like this doesn't get followed by a lot of people because it's also not like a sexy story. It's just kind of this contagion type thing that we're talking about, and it's not quite zombies. It's not quite whatever. It's just a crazy fucking movie, and here we are. I love the Crazies.
I love that. That was one of my other honorable mentions because I agree that I think it's better than the original. And I remember watching it for the first time. We were on vacation with my family, and it was just on TV, and we were like, "What the heck is this?" And we were watching, and we were like, "Oh my god, this is so good!" Like that was wild. And I had not seen it since then. Since I got the Lionsgate limited a copy, and so now I have it to like rewatch. But I'm excited too because I did really like it. I enjoy that one so much.
I'm so glad it got a new release. This is one that definitely needed a new release because again,
Agreed.
like people don't even talk about it. It's so great.
Agreed, and it got a great release too. Like I think the release was good.
Lots of new extras. That was a big thing.
Yes, yes, the extras are the best.
All right, number 3 for you.
All right, number 3 we have Last House on the Left. Again, another Arrow release. They be knocking it out of the park all the time. But yeah, I actually have never seen the original Last House on the Left. I grew up watching this. Yeah. So I can't tell you if I think this one's better than the original, but this is like was one of my favorite movies growing up. Because minus the like sexual assault scene that is like too much. It's just like not necessary. So I usually just like fast forward or whatever. It's just so brutal. But like everything else in that movie is so good. I love this movie so much. Like I've seen it so many times. This
movie is crazy.
Like what a plot too. Like it's so crazy that they literally end up at her parents' house, and like I mean, like what are the odds of that? And then they have no idea, and then the way that she was able to swim. No spoilers, I guess, but it's been a second. So it's like it came out in 2008 or 6 or something. The fact that she was able to swim and made it alive is crazy. Because I'd be out. I'd be like, yeah, it's a wrap for me. But so I don't know if you've ever seen Aquamarine, but Sarah Paxton was Aquamarine, where it is one of my favorite things about the movie is people are like, of course, she's Aquamarine. She's swimming. It's just like this is Aquamarine in her next life. And it's really funny. But yeah, I do love Last House on the Left.
I am glad you brought up Sarah Paxton because that was the main thing I was going to say about this. This has a kind of incredible like character actor cast. I mean, first of all, you got Jesse Pinkman in like one of his earlier roles. You've got Garrett Dillahunt as one of the villains in this. Ricky Lindholm is incredible in this, and she's always so bubbly and happy. Yes. And you see this movie, and you're like, "What the fuck are we doing?" Yes. It's amazing. This movie is very good, but like Sibner says, if you think the sexual assault scene is rough in this one, probably don't watch the original because it's about on par. But the whole reason for this movie is to feel uncomfortable, and the first movie is very grindhouse. It's very like, I feel like when I watch this movie, I have to wash my hands after, and not just because it was like a sleazy movie, but it's just like everything feels extra dirty from it. It's really well done, but I would say I don't even know that I would say either one of these is better than the other. They're kind of very different films. This is another one where I think the remake was sort of necessary to take that story to a new generation, but it's not telling a different story. It's pretty much exactly the same as the original film. Yeah.
No, that's fair. Well, someone said not to worry about seeing the original if I haven't. So I guess we're good. One thing not to have on the watch list. Yeah. Oh, and Tony Goldwyn. I was trying to remember Tony Goldwyn, the dad. Yeah, he kills it. And the scene at the microwave, like the very last scene was, or the credit scene or whatever it was. It's crazy.
Oh, and then the what is the mom's name? Is Monica something? I think.
Oh, I can't remember.
Monica Potter. That's what it is. She's been in a handful of things. Really great stuff.
Yeah,
really great.
It's a great not have that in my list.
Yeah. And honestly, that is exactly how I felt about this number 3. When I first started putting this together, I went, oh, this is the obvious number 1 for me, right? And then I started thinking about him. I went, well, Not exactly, but I feel like this is one of the mains that when people are thinking of remakes from the 2000s, this is probably one of the first ones you think of. And not a director that you would really associate with this stuff, but 2002's The Ring by Gore Verbinski had to be on my list. This movie is so good, tonally very different than the original Ring. Obviously, you have the same conceit in both. However, I don't know. There's something about the setting in the Pacific Northwest that makes this movie so singular. The only thing that I think is kind of weird about this is one of the first of the 2000s horror movies that says, let's film this, and because we're in I think it's Washington State, let's put a blue filter on everything, and so everything that you're watching has to be very, very blue. The movie is beautiful, but man, let the color shine without that.
That's so true.
The big winner in this for me, though, is Naomi Watts is incredible in this film. She acts the hell out of every scene. There's genuinely creepy moments in pretty much like every 5-minute segment of this movie. I think this movie is possibly better than the first one. I again, they're so different. I don't know that I can say one is necessarily better than the other, but I think I enjoy this one more than the original. This one, I don't know. It just feels scarier, I think, overall.
Yeah.
The Ring is incredible, and I think if Gore Verbinski had done horror more often, he might have been a little more successful. Like, obviously, I say that about somebody who made millions of dollars making Pirates of the Caribbean, sure, but this is like such a unique, stylized dive into a story that you don't expect from somebody that just told you about Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's so good. I don't know. There's so much about this. This is great. Like the horse scene on the ferry is not something that you'd ever expect. Like everything about this is just iconic and very special. I adore this movie. The Ring, 2002.
Yeah, no, it's great. And it's piggybacking on The Ring, did you see the steelbook that they released? I have it with I
VHS.
love the slipcover, and it looks like the VHS. Yeah, that was one of my favorite like steelbook releases of the last year. But what a great pick. Great pick.
All right, we're up near the top now. Number 2.
All right. This is gonna be one of my controversial picks as far as like opinions on this movie. So I'm going with the Friday the 13th remake. And to me, what'd you say?
I like it more.
This is my favorite of the whole franchise.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, but I do like it more than the original.
I know. No, I do like it more than the original. But and it's so funny. I posted about it a while ago and people were like, "What?" But it's just, I don't know. I guess too, because like I said, I grew up with these style of movies. It just always, this movie holds such a special place in my heart because this was the first one I watched of the franchise. Like I saw this and then I started getting into I was like, okay, well, let me watch all the other ones. And I think too, like, I just think he is meaner in this. Like he is so mean and like scarier than in all the other ones, which obviously doesn't count the first one because like obviously it's not him, but you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's like my hot take of this, but I love this movie. And it's like the perfect like 2000s horror because you have the like horny teenagers doing this over here, and then you have just like this scary dude just like chasing them through the woods and stuff. That like the sleeping bag scene was wild.
It's incredible.
But yeah, so that's my second one. I love it. And this, I think 2009 or what was it?
Yeah, 2009.
2009. Yeah. It's but yeah. That's what I'm gonna go with that one.
I love this remake. I think this is I don't know if it's a hot take. I think it is better than the original movie. The original movie I think it just hit at the right time because people wanted something to follow up Halloween that felt a little more risque, and this is slightly more risque than Halloween. But the remake, it goes there. Like, it's actually creepy. Jason is intimidating. Jason is imposing. And it's like the perfect combination of what you want from a Friday the 13th film, simply modernized. And I think they kind of crushed it.
Exactly. Well, and I love how it's like, there's like a mini movie at the beginning. Like you get this like 20-minute or however long it is, like intro that it's like, and then it goes into what the actual, and I love that. It's just, I wouldn't change anything about this movie.
Okay, so this is where I either get people that applaud this or turn away because they're quite upset, because I know a lot of people hate this. But my goodness, we need to talk about 2006 all over again, because Black Christmas is freaking amazing. The cast in this movie, first of all, Michelle Trachtenberg, Lacey Chabert,
Chabert or something.
Whatever it is. Yeah, I know there's 9 ways to say it, but really, the star of this movie, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who is underrated as an actress, who needs to be hailed from everywhere as being incredible. This movie is so good. Is it better than the original? No, of course not. The original is a fucking masterpiece. However, this movie is so good, and it's so good because it's so very different. Like, the way that we get this weird, like, it's not even a backstory. I mean, I guess it's partially a backstory, but like these other scenes with Bob, and you get so much for just the creep. It's less creepy and more like, this dude's just a freaking weirdo. And then you get the chemistry of these female people that are going up against him in this weird combination. Like, this is such an interesting remake because it takes the original, stylizes it for Christmas still, and says, you know what, we're doing our own damn thing. I don't care that it's different, and it's gonna be freaking great. I love Black Christmas. We absolutely need a US Blu-ray release or 4K. I would love a 4K because the colors in this movie are astonishing. I'm just glad that I've got the German Blu-ray. Love this movie. Have you seen Black Christmas?
I have. And it's funny. So it's funny you say this, because I just like realized like I don't own that version, because I obviously love the OG.
Yeah.
But no, I've never bought that one. So now this is reminding me, like, I would like to buy that before this holiday season, so then I'll be ready and so I can rewatch it, because I haven't seen it since it came out. I remember seeing it in the theater, and then I hadn't seen it since. But I remember really liking it, which obviously, yeah, the first one is goated, and I think is credited to like the first like genuine slasher movie.
Yes. Technically, I think a lot of people would argue with that. However, that's the most common one that we all say it is. Yes.
Right. It's in the conversation, but no, I do want to get that one now that I just was thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I don't own that one. I just have the first one, like the original. So I'll have to, you're going to make me buy this. Can't wait.
Well, let's hear your conversation on Paris Hilton, please.
Oh, yes. Is this because of my first?
It's your number one.
Yeah. So if anyone here that follows me on TikTok already knows what my number one is going to be. But if you don't, my favorite of all time remake is House of Wax, which technically I think it's more of a remake of Tourist Trap than like the OG House of Wax. I actually did a paper on this in college. I did a lot of papers around movies. Like, that's what got me through my college papers. But like, I did a whole paper on how this really was like not an equivalent of a remake to the OG, but it was more of like Tourist Trap, and then like kind of the difference, all these things. So anyways, House of Wax, Paris Hilton. I mean, like Paris Hilton, like, I feel like you either like love her or you hate her, but I feel like her being in this movie is just so iconic, because like,
yep.
Why is she there? And it's incredible, because she's also so proud of her role in this movie. Like, she's talked about it in countless interviews, how like that was one of her like favorite, proudest moments, and like how her kill is so like legendary, because everyone like they literally marketed the movie to like see Paris die. Yep. Like, watch Paris die, which is crazy for a marketing kit. Like, that blows my mind still this day. Like, can you imagine that happening now? Like, definitely not. But the fact that she like really leaned into that, and then like it just loves that scene. Yeah. But this movie, I've seen this movie just like countless times. I actually did a live stream on TikTok like last month. We did a all-nighter. It was my first and only all-nighter I've done, and like everyone had this movie on. So like, because before it, I like told everyone, I'm like, listen guys, we're doing an all-nighter. We're going to watch House of Wax. So if you have it, we're going to start it at the same time. Like Kim, I don't know if she's still in here, but she was on there. And like some of them had never seen it before. So they watched me watch it, and then I'm giving my commentary. But like, I was obsessed with this movie, like growing up. This was like my go-to sleep. Like my friends, we were obsessed with this movie. And it still holds up for me to this day.
Not only does it hold up, I think it plays better in 2025 than it did when it came out. This movie is so good. The big thing here, this, oddly enough, is a movie that makes me nostalgic for that era of films for so many different reasons, because the set design in this movie is legendary. Like, everything in this movie in 2025 would be green screen to death. And instead, they were like, fuck it, we're building everything. And it is incredible.
No, it's right. Oh, like
there's so many shots in this movie that are just amazing.
Yeah, and I think, and like the cast is great, and it just it never gets old. I literally could watch it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've watched it, but like, and it's so funny, like Chad Michael Murray, like just it's literally the epitome of like peak 2000s horror, but just in general, it's I love it. I love it so much. I could talk about it all day. And the soundtrack is great too.
It
like
is.
I have a t-shirt that has like House of Wax, and then on the back is literally like the soundtrack list.
Very
like
nice.
I actually almost, I meant to wear my House of Wax shirt for this live stream, but decided to wear my Trick or Treat sweatshirt because I was in the like Halloween vibes. But I have a really sick House of Wax like tie-dye shirt I was going to wear.
Excellent.
But yeah.
All right. I love this one as well. Like I said, I absolutely did. If you've never seen it, or if you haven't seen it since the release, go back and watch it, because oh my goodness, it is so good. Absolutely worth your time. Okay, my number one. This is, to me, when I listed everything out, all honorable mentions and everything, this is the one that I think is head and shoulders successful, specifically as a remake, which is why I needed to have it be number one. And that is because The Hills Have Eyes is one of the best horror remakes of all time. Like, I know it's not The Thing, but in my opinion, anything post 2000, this blows all of them away. The original movie is not very good. It's a terrifying idea, and so they took the idea and made a so much better movie than the original. Now, this isn't personal bias or anything like that, but I grew up in the high desert in California, where the first one was shot. The second, or the remake, was not shot there because it is more expensive nowadays, but it looks just like it. And for some reason, it makes all of it just so much more close to home. I mean, the amount of times that I've been in the middle of nowhere, literally as far as the eye could see, there's not a human within sight, and you're just out in the middle of the desert, is crazy. And stuff like this feels legitimate. I mean, I grew up like exploring silver mines in the hills of California with no adults around, like an idiot. And scenes from The Hills Have Eyes freaked me the hell out. And obviously, this has a couple really brutal scenes that I don't love. I got to admit that there's some really gross scenes. However, it really enhances the movie. This movie is made to make you feel gross and uncomfortable and like these people are mutants, because that's what they are. And this movie succeeds on every level. I think that every single part of this movie blows the original movie out of the freaking water. And it's hard to say that about a horror maestro that made the original. However, this movie just is amazing. The choices that they use for like the nuclear areas that they travel into are just amazing. The prosthetics that they use on the mutants' faces are so much better. Obviously, Michael Berryman is classic. I met him. He's a great dude. So I'm stoked that he was in the first one. However, this movie, head and shoulders way above the original Hills Have Eyes. One of my favorite movies of the 2000s. Also, underrated and underseen. Shout out to The Hills Have Eyes 2. The sequel to the remake is also very good. It's not nearly as good as the first one, but for a sequel to a remake, you normally would expect that to be absolutely terrible. It is surprisingly good.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I think that's also such a great first one. I like before you said it, I was like, I feel like, because like I hadn't thought of, I didn't think of The Hills Have Eyes. It just didn't make my list. It is such a great movie. And the second one I think this one.
Yeah, it's quite good. And yeah, Kevin, I love the Maniac remake. It's also very good. The porta potty scene is legendary in that sequel. Honorable mentions. Did you have any that you wanted to shout out real quick?
Let's see. I think a couple of mine were what you were on your list. So like I had Evil Dead and I had what was your fourth one or second one? Was it?
I had The Crazies at 4, The Ring at 3, and Black Christmas at 2.
Okay, The Crazies was my other honorable mention. The Ring, I mean, that could be an honorable mention for me for sure. And then like a non-2000s remake, but would be like The Thing. I feel like that's like one of the best remakes of all time. But as far as like the 2000s, I definitely have to go with those. Evil Dead, which is 2013, but that's okay. And The Crazies.
Other ones that we haven't mentioned tonight, I had literally 3 of yours on my list. So funny enough, the other ones, I still love 13 Ghosts. I think.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
The set there is beautiful. It's after 2010, so you weren't going to bring this one up, but I think Let Me In is a genuinely incredible remake. It's not as good as Let the Right One In. Nothing ever will be. However, for an American remake of a very tough movie to try to emulate, they did quite good about it. I had It Chapter 1 on here because I incredible.
If this was if I was including 2010s, like that would be probably second to House of like I'm obsessed with that movie. I love it.
It's very good. Ronnie wants to know, what about the Child's Play remake? Did you see the remake?
I did not, so I cannot comment. I will leave it to Ryan.
It's a weird one because I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's like a remake in name only. It's kind of a very different story. It's more like Megan, to be honest. It's like something with an AI in it come to life, and that's just not quite the same.
Right.
And I don't know. It's a very, very different movie.
That makes sense.
What about Funny Games?
Funny Games. I can't. I the movie is so dark.
I love Funny Games. This one is funny because pardon the pun of the word funny. I know it's a remake and it's the guy remaking his own movie shot for shot and all that, but I don't even really count it as a remake. It's kind of like it's just the exact same film and he's just doing it again just in English for English audiences. I love it, believe me. But yeah, it's I don't know. I love Funny Games.
Yeah. The original is just so dark.
Yeah. This has been great. We did get a question. Zombies Ate My Arm wants to know, what is the worst remake from the 2000s? He says his choice will be the Elm Street remake.
That's so funny because Kim literally said too, we don't ever discuss the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Ooh, I don't know. I mean that definitely, that one could be a contender. I'm trying to think because when I think of 2000s horror remakes, like I only think of the ones like I enjoy.
Right.
So I might need a second to think on.
I think I just got mine for sure. I think mine is probably Poltergeist.
Ooh, that's not a bad guess or a bad pick.
I may that worse than the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Really? Let's see.
Oh, and Carrie Mulligan says Martyrs. I've actually never seen the Martyrs remake.
I haven't seen the Martyrs remake either. Probably the worst remake I've ever seen.
Adore the first one, but never seen the remake myself. The Fog. That's a good call too. The Fog remake is bad.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm finally forgetting of all these. Let's see. Courtney. Oh, thank you, VT.
His name is Vance.
Oh, Vance. Okay, thank you, Vance. I really appreciate it. I'm glad y'all all have been watching. This has been so fun. Yeah, I guess I'll go with what we've said for the bad ones.
One I just remembered, The Wicker Man is probably up there as well.
I never even saw the Wicker Man remake. I've only seen like the OG. I never even saw the remake.
You're probably better off.
One that I actually really liked that I feel like got a lot of hate was Prom Night with Brittany Snow. I really liked that one a lot for some reason.
I got a lot of hate, that's for sure.
It did. It didn't make it in my list, but that was one I enjoyed like growing up.
A couple that have not got mentioned tonight. I'd love to hear what you think. Have you seen the remake of The Omen?
I have not seen the Omen remake.
It's okay.
I've only seen the originals.
It's a little too on the nose. Like I feel like they should have updated it a little bit better. And then the other one, which there's probably gonna be a lot of opinions on this one because it's something. I'm very curious how many people in the chat have big feelings about. Well, I guess I should mention Pet Sematary first. Did you see the Pet Sematary remake?
Yes, I hated it.
The other one, though, that I mean, it's not great, but honestly, I don't love the original that much either myself.
That's true. I'm not like the biggest fan of the original either, but yeah, I did not like the remake.
There is one that I feel like is the definition of mid in this genre, I guess, of 2000 horror remakes. How do you feel about the Amityville horror remake? Did you ever watch that one?
With Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
I actually liked it. I did not hate it. I remember watching it for the first time with like a group of my friends, like it was a sleepover or whatever, and I was like, it's terrifying. It was scary for me. Like I actually was like scared watching it. I was like younger, but I liked it. I don't think it's better than the OG, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it's just funny to think about Ryan Reynolds like in that role, like after
Ryan Reynolds
everything
with
he did.
Beard.
Yeah, it's funny because like it took me forever to realize like that was him. Like later on, like I would think back to that movie and I was like, wait, that's Ryan Reynolds, because it was just like that's not him. Like it was weird.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy that one.
Yeah, the remake of Amityville was not great. But again, like it's entertaining for the most part. The like last act sucked, but again, kind of like the definition of just
Yeah, it was just fun. Like I had fun with it. Like I'm like not super critical of movies either. Like that's why my bio on my TikTok is like movie lover, not a film critic. I just really like to enjoy them. Which I mean, there are some though that are just objectively bad.
Yeah,
but I did find some stuff I liked in that one.
I have never seen Dark Water Simmer.
I have not either. Doesn't seem like we're missing much though.
No, I did love this comment. Eric says, how about the remake of Battle Royale? I think it's called Hunger Games or something.
Battle Royale is insane. Like, I love that movie. It really is like, it is like the Hunger Games, but like way worse.
Robert, this is a good shout. He says, "The Sweet Blood of Jesus doesn't hold a candle to Ganja and Hess." While I agree, I didn't hate The Sweet Blood of Jesus. I think it's pretty damn good.
I hadn't seen it yet.
Cloud, Nightmare on Elm Street was the first one that we mentioned. That this brought up the conversation. So yes, it was mentioned. It's pretty bad. I liked Jackie Earle Haley. I just wish he had a better script for it, for sure.
Sometimes it is the script that just dooms the remake.
Yeah.
So before they even start filming, it's already kind of
well, and a bunch of these because they were just kind of like shitting them out of a terrible factory.
Yes,
the script many times was being written while they were filming the first act, and it's like this is not going to be good. The writers' room is next door, and they're scrambling. What are we doing?
I feel like I read something or heard something about like one of the Saw movies. Like they didn't really know what was going to be. They just started filming, which I mean makes sense. But I thought they still made some good movies with that.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it. Courtney, you've been incredible. Thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. As usual, if you're on TikTok, go look at the link below. Follow Courtney there. Is there anywhere else that you put anything else?
Not really. I'm on Instagram, but I usually just TikTok is where I put all my movie stuff. So yeah, that's my main bread and butter right there. But yeah, this is going by so fast. It's been so fun, though. I love it.
Well, we'll have you back, of course, eventually, because this has been a lot of fun, and everybody seems to love you. Next Thursday, we got another fun guest. Can't wait for you to come check it out. Lots of stuff coming up on the show, and go watch a couple movies. Go watch some horror remakes that you haven't seen in years.
I literally am deciding right now which one I'm going to put on because I know I have several on my spooky movie list, but yeah, no, this has been awesome, and everyone in the chat's been so nice, and I've been trying to like read them as we go, but everyone's been awesome. So shout out to all of you guys because it's been so fun, and shout out to Ryan. It's so fun.
Amazing. Thank you all, and we'll see you next Thursday. Have a good one.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for watching The Disconnected. On the way out, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, that you've liked the video, and that you've copied the link to be able to share with someone else that may appreciate this.
Hello, filthy movie lovers. My name is Gentry Austin.
And I'm Casey Scott.
And we're the hosts of the Sin Syndicate, film podcast for something weirdos, anti-criterion bros, and Joseph Sarno aficionados. Join us semi-weekly as we peer into the adults-only theaters and sticky-floored cinemas of the golden age of sexploitation, when the morals were loose, the laws were murky, and the intercourse was all simulated. Find us now on the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Thank you for listening. To hear more shows from the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, please select the link in the description